Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet?
RV wins!
Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping?
RV wins!
Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach?
RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into the program. And welcome into the show. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Troy Erika already in the studio with me here. How you doing today, Troy?
Joey, every meal's a banquet and every paycheck a king's ransom.
Here. Wait, am I paying you?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
But you're paying me in spirit. You're giving me back in good energy. So yeah,
good. And also Eddie will be here.
Oh, wow.
He also doesn't get paid, but not monetarily. In other words,
he's always closing, so he's
right.
We don't need to pay him. Right. He's a very wealthy mogul.
So, of course, Sunday, for those who've become aware of my own routines and habits, Sunday is my day where I write.
Yep.
I go work out. I usually sleep in, go work out midday, and I write from about 1 to however long it takes me. And of course, as I get settled in a little afternoon and into the 1 o'clock hour, and I'm sitting there thinking about what to write about, of course, I have the memorial service for Charlie Kirk running in the background. And I just had to stop and pause and think. So here is what I ended up writing yesterday. I suppose if I wasn't obliged, I may not have written anything because I think a lot of people said it better than I over the weekend. And we will get to a lot of the, not only just great speeches, but great testimony and a testament truly to forgiveness in just a moment. But what I really started thinking about was something we mentioned during the show last week. And I started to realize in the days after Charlie Kirk's assassination is I was thinking about why am I so affected by this? In particular, it was something about Charlie Kirk, though I was older than him. And I'm his now widowed wife's age.
Right.
I wasn't watching a lot of the college debate stuff because whatever, they can be entertaining, but I'd heard the arguments and
Of course.
seeing college kids poorly try to put them together or not even have much of anything to say. It's like, you don't hate Charlie Kirk, ma'am. I think you hate Dad. I think you really do. But I started to realize, despite a lot of the folks that would come up with him in bad faith, kind of spitting poignards at him.
Yes.
It was the way Charlie treated people.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he could be provocative. He could be abrasive. He could be all these things that you need to be in debate when people fundamentally disagree on things. And when certain things seem like sacred cows to others, you're willing to say, no, I don't think that is sacred. Here's what truly is sacred. And so that kept sticking with me. And in particular, one verse that is quoted way too often during weddings, but I think is actually at the heart of Christianity, of Christendom. 1 Corinthians 13, just verses 1 through 3. If I speak in the tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. I sit here on Sunday afternoon listening to the beginnings of Charlie Kirk's memorial service. Though still early in the service, the words already spoken to remember Kirk keep bringing me back to a simple yet ineffable truth. The word is not simply found in the words we say, nor the propositions we proclaim. The word is revealed through a relationship of love, a divine love we hope and pray will animate us down to our very marrow and spare us returning to dust in the fullness of time. For all the words spoken about Kirk over the past week, including the unnumbered words Kirk himself said over his short lifetime, caught on video that are now being shared 100-fold to all corners of the earth, the words themselves can never fully capture the living example of love Kirk shared with his family, friends, colleagues, admirers, and even his enemies. There was a life force and energy inspiring Kirk to will the good of the other. That was more than just the sum of his words. When Charlie Kirk died, you could almost feel this massive energy being released, Scott Adams recently told Tucker Carlson. You know, he sort of controlled it, but when it was released, his mortal coil was no more. I feel like that energy just went into people, and suddenly tens of millions of people simultaneously said, "What can I do? What can I do right now?" No doubt, those who knew Kirk personally or who closely followed his public life will have a favorite memory of something he said. May they always be remembered. No doubt, Kirk's political enemies have been swift to twist selective portions of his words in a warped way to uncharitably judge him a wicked and hateful creature. May they have their mouths shut, their ears open, and their hearts changed. Yet for all the words spoken for and against Charlie Kirk, I've most come to appreciate the words offered up by those who had never heard of Charlie Kirk until after his martyrdom. I can only imagine how many people discovered Kirk after his assassination, only to find a young man who truly loved the Word of God. I thought this guy's a modern-day St. Paul, said Cardinal Timothy Dolan upon learning about Kirk. When I heard the tragic news, Dolan goes on, I said, I wonder who he was. And then all of a sudden, this overwhelming sense of sorrow and kind of renewal. And I thought, I got to learn about this guy. And the more I learned about him, I thought this guy's a modern-day St. Paul. He was a missionary. He's an evangelist. He's a hero. He's one that knew what Jesus meant when he said the truth will set you free. Now I understand he was pretty blunt. And he was pretty direct. And he didn't try to avoid any controversy. He didn't even try to avoid confrontation. The difference is the way, the mode, the style that he did it. Always with respect. I too share Cardinal Dolan's sense of Kirk. It wasn't so much what Kirk said, though much, if not most, of what he said was edifying and provocative in a good, true, and beautiful way, but how he lived what he said. Kirk's love of the Word and love of his fellow man will continue to shine through all the things he said more than any single thing he said. Anyone who has ever given a eulogy knows the bittersweet melody of final farewell that sounds in the depths of a grieving heart and tempts the soul to despair. A dirge tinged with the fear that men's words alone could never conquer death and will always fall short like a resounding gong or clanging cymbal as they fade away to nothing. Yet through a love of the word, not only may we find a more abiding love for one another here on earth, enough to forgive even our worst enemies, but a faith and hope that Christ's undying love for us has defeated sin and death. To forgive even the worst, our worst enemies. To forgive even our worst enemies.
My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man on the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do." That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
That was Erika Kirk yesterday afternoon. I wrote my words before I heard hers. And my eyes were not dry.
Yeah. It's hard not to.
I can't imagine.
Could only imagine standing there. But she showed incredible courage. And once again, Christ was moving through her too. So.
And there were so many others there that day. Honestly, I've never seen government officials say this in the way they said it. I think the vice president puts the initial sentiment, well, this isn't some profound thing.
Right.
But it is, I think, very honest on his part.
That's great.
Let's listen in. This is the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, at that same memorial service for Charlie Kirk.
Telling somebody backstage that I always felt a little uncomfortable talking about my faith in public as much as I loved the Lord and as much as it was an important part of my life. I have talked more about Jesus Christ in the past 2 weeks than I have my entire time in public life.
Good stuff.
And that is an undeniable legacy of the great Charlie Kirk. You know, he loved God. And because he loved God, he wanted to understand God's creation and the men and women made in his image.
The vice president didn't stop there, though. Let's listen in.
Charlie suffered a terrible fate, my friends. We all know it. We all saw it. But think, it is not the worst fate. It is better to face a gunman than to live your life afraid to speak the truth. It is better to be persecuted for your faith than to deny the kingship of Christ. It is better to die a young man in this world than to sell your soul for an easy life with no purpose, no risk, no love, and no truth.
Hear, hear. I've never heard something like that from an elected official. Not in that way.
I'm telling you, the Holy Spirit's at work, brother.
And it wasn't just J.D. Vance.
Nope.
Here, I want to now turn to Marco Rubio.
God, he continues to impress me, Joey.
Absolutely. And I don't know how scripted this was or if it was more his own summation. It sounds like his own words.
It seemed very in the moment, yeah.
I will give him that. Very much his own words. And again, I've never heard this from a Secretary of State, not in public. Not like this. Let's listen in together so you know what I'm laying down.
One of the things he wants us to take away from this, from all of this, is the following. His deep belief that we were all created, every single one of us, before the beginning of time, by the hands of the God of the universe, an all-powerful God, who loved us and created us for the purpose of living with him in eternity. But then sin entered the world and separated us from our Creator. And so God took on the form of a man and came down and lived among us. And he suffered like men. And he died like a man. But on the third day, he rose unlike any mortal man.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and to prove any doubters wrong, he ate with his disciples so they could see, and they touched his wounds. He didn't rise as a ghost or as a spirit, but as flesh. And then he rose to the heaven, but he promised he would return, and he will. And when he returns, because he took on that death, because he carried that cross, we were freed from the sin that separated us from him. And when he returns, there will be a new heaven and a new earth, and we will all be together, and we are going to have a great reunion there again with Charlie and all the people we love. Thank you, and God bless you.
Again, Secretary of State Marco Rubio there. And it was speech after speech after speech, reiterating the gospel of Jesus Christ to millions worldwide.
Yeah. I can't help but think to myself how important it is to continue this momentum, man. Let's get Christendom back in the forefront of what we're trying to do as this great nation and republic.
And, even the heathens showed up. The heathen of all heathens. Elon Musk appeared.
Do you think he saw the light? Did he see the light? He may have saw the
Well,
light.
here's a clip. This is Elon Musk clearly emotional. This is on the floor of the memorial service. And I'll let other people judge. Initially, he's doing a more generic, but then the reporter pushes him. Let's listen in.
Well, Charlie was someone who believed in dialogue, in open debate. He was a man of ideas. He spoke eloquently. He basically never even raised his voice. He was a man of peace. And now he's been murdered in cold blood.
Did you know him personally?
Yes, of course. We met many times.
How was he like?
I supported his organization. I supported Turning Point from quite early.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light. And he was killed by the dark.
Wow.
He recognized light and dark, didn't he?
Then Elon was putting out on his own platform on X to how I haven't even looked at this post in a second, but so much is being shared far and wide.
It's crazy. It's over.
About 17 hours ago, at 7 o'clock last night, Elon posted, "Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us." 32 million people that reached.
The message was forgiveness.
And, Charlie also really wanted President Trump and Elon to bury the hatchet.
Yeah, I know.
And that's exactly, by the way, folks, what happened. Apparently, after everybody got word Elon was there, he joined President Trump in his box overlooking the arena. And here, this clip shows Charlie just a month or two ago hoping for this reconciliation.
Yeah, it's been hard to watch today and unfortunate in some regards. And I love your take, which is both of these men deserve great credit for their contributions to help save civilization. Elon Musk bought Twitter, which of course became X a couple years ago, which liberated speech. And then, of course, President Trump built the most amazing political movement we've ever seen. He was shot, almost shot again. He was impeached twice. He was facing 700 years in federal prison. And he was so clear about not surrendering and not backing down and not giving up. I will say it's a tough thing to watch, this public feud. I actually think they're going to reconcile at some point, though, because deep down, I would like to believe they both want the same thing.
Then they shared, Musk shared it and the White House official account shared it. It was a black and white photo overlooking Trump and Musk sitting next to one another, overlooking the arena where the memorial is being held for Charlie, and it just simply was captioned "For Charlie."
So
there's so many moments. So many moments. A lip reader broke down the exchange between Musk and Trump. Who knows if you want to believe it. Sounds believable, though. Trump greeted Musk with a casual, "How are you doing?" before adding, "So, Elon, I heard you wanted to chat." He then leaned in with the suggestion, "Let's try and work out how to get back on track." Musk simply nodded in response as Trump tapped his hand and said, "I've missed you."
And I think if you watch the body language of Elon, he opened himself up at that point. He had his hands on his knees and very, very relieved, it looked like.
And then we have a clip here from this morning. Benny Johnson, who spoke at the event, who talked about how Charlie himself was a personal witness and example that brought Benny Johnson to Christ. Here's Johnson describing this morning the scene behind the scenes as Elon reunited with Trump at the Charlie Kirk Memorial.
Got to see a lot. Elon Musk came by a couple times. And I just want to use Elon Musk as a example of the power of Charlie's legacy. Elon Musk and Donald Trump had a bit of a falling out. Maybe you've heard of it.
A little bit.
That sucked, especially for guys like Charlie, who were coalition builders. Charlie Kirk was thanked on stage by Donald Trump himself for bringing together RFK Jr. and Maha movement. Donald Trump says, Charlie created Maha. I don't think Charlie ever will get the credit that he deserves for doing that. But also, Charlie Kirk brought together massive coalitions of, well, at any Turning Point event, you can find Candace Owens, Ben Shapiro, and Tucker Carlson sharing the same stage, right? Maybe not together, but they're all there, right? To give an opportunity to project their worldview, right? Charlie was constantly doing that, constantly bridging gaps, constantly fusing together, because he realized that if we don't hang together, we will surely hang separately, which is exactly what Elon Musk told me. So backstage, Elon Musk embraces Erika Kirk, and she's crying in his arms, and they're hugging, and it's really profound. This was after the speeches. This was after the program. And this is the words that Elon Musk said to us in this small little group with Erika Kirk. And he said, like, this is why I was proud to sit with my president. This is what he called Trump, my president today. He accepted Trump's invitation to go up there. And the majority of the event, Elon Musk sent sitting there with Donald Trump, chewing it up. Everyone can see here's the photos of Elon embracing Erika. And then there are photos of Elon with Trump, and they seem to be having a great time. Dana White also there. What not only was the size and scope of this and the peacefulness of it a profound eulogy for Charlie and his memory, But the cornerstone of it all, to unite the world's most powerful, richest private civilian with the world's most powerful public figure, Donald Trump, Charlie said in this chair right here, he hoped that it happened. There's a clip that went viral yesterday. Charlie saying, I pray that Elon Musk and Donald Trump reconcile. And they did so at Charlie's funeral in Charlie's memory.
And we're not done.
No. Who was the cat that said, I'm gay and I'm a Jew, and Christ is who I want to embody now. It was like, I saw it yesterday.
Oh, there's so many people who've been saying stuff like that.
I'm a gay Jew. I'll look it up. I have it on my
I retweeted one. It was a young woman. She's no longer Muslim, but she was raised Muslim in a Muslim country.
Right.
And she went on to talk about, here, I'll just pull it up so I don't have to just paraphrase it. But she went on to talk about, in particular, that moment we began with the forgiveness that Erika Kirk gave to Charlie's assassin. And this is a woman named Sanaa Ibra.
I think I may have saw that.
Yeah. And she clarifies after this post she's no longer Muslim.
Right.
But she said, I listened to Erika Kirk's full speech at the memorial, and I wanted to share a few thoughts that came to me while live streaming the event. This is not political. First, I should say I grew up as a Muslim in a Muslim country. I don't know enough about Christianity to say if what I witnessed is rooted in faith or culture. But what struck me most was how, even though death is heavy, and this was by nature a sad occasion, the entire event carried a celebratory spirit that honored life. That contrast hit me deeply. In Islam, even though we believe that good people go to heaven, the relationship with God is taught through fear. Funerals are overwhelmingly sad, often filled with the warnings of the terrifying first night in the grave. Growing up hearing that, and then witnessing people celebrate life, speak of God's love, and remember someone through the impact he had on others, it felt so refreshing, so positive. Second, I was most profoundly moved by Erika Kirk's words. I cannot fathom the strength it takes to stand and deliver such a meaningful speech after losing the love of your life. But even more than that, the grace it takes to forgive the very person who destroyed your world. I cannot imagine myself standing on a stage, sending love to those who cheered your husband's murder, or inviting others to spread God's love in response because, as she said, we do not respond to hate with hate. That is powerful beyond words. Again, I am ignorant when it comes to Christianity, but if this is what it truly embodies, then I am envious of those who get to experience that feeling. A lot of people responding to Sanaa and saying, well, it's not too late for you.
Oh,
if you're feeling that, you're feeling the call.
I think Marco said something very powerful too. He said, we have a messenger, a prophet that rose from the dead. And one of the things I tell people, they go, how can you be certain of that? How do you know? The Romans kept meticulous records, Joey, of everything. I mean, they had scribes, they had magistrates in every area, and they're in power. They're in the Levant, down in the Israeli area there, where this all took place. There was many documentations of entire legions of Roman legionnaires converting to Christianity after that, like the Knights of Cappadocia and all them. And Joey, that's a powerful statement. So when you think of that, and she said what Sinwar said, I was always taught to fear about God. And that's a powerful statement coming from a Muslim woman.
It is a very powerful statement, and a very, it's just an example of many. Like, you're seeing people from all different walks of life feel the pull in this direction. And Erika Kirk wasn't done. She first had a message for men. And again, I'm not going to play the whole speech. You can go find that if you so please. It's far and wide available. I'm telling you, this was a worldwide event. Not just every network in the country, even those that normally wouldn't carry something like this, but internationally, this was being carried. If not millions, it could be billions that witnessed this. So here is Erika Kirk, first her message to young men that Charlie was looking to help.
To all the men watching around the world, accept Charlie's challenge and embrace true manhood. Be strong and courageous for your families. Love your wives and lead them. Love your children and protect them. Be the spiritual head of your home, but please be a leader worth following. Your wife is not your servant. Your wife is not your employee. Your wife is not your slave. She is your helper. You are not rivals. You are one flesh working together for the glory of God.
Incredible.
By the way, in an interview that Erika Kirk gave to, of all places, the New York Times, the new interview with the Times revealed that Erika Kirk now wears her slain husband's pendant of St. Michael the Archangel.
Oh, yes.
Charlie was wearing it on the day he was killed. The angelic warrior, Michael the Archangel, St. Michael the Archangel, who casts Satan out of heaven and who defends the faithful in spiritual battle. The cross on the pendant is still stained with Charlie's blood. From the day he was assassinated, medics ripped the small icon from his body when they were attempting to stop the bleeding. And though it is still stained, Erika now wears that pendant of St. Michael the Archangel.
Yep.
And then, of course, she had a message to women as well. Let's listen in to this. This one getting a lot of play far and wide.
Women, I have a challenge for you too. Be virtuous. Our strength is found in God's design for our role. We are the guardians. We are the encouragers. We are the preservers. Guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. And if you're a mother, please recognize that is the single most important ministry you have. Women, I have a challenge for
Really was something.
It's
to witness the whole thing play out.
Very profound.
We're not done. There's more that we'll get to. And in particular, the president spoke. I thought one speech that went a little under the radar didn't go viral. But if you're aware of Larry Arnn at Hillsdale College,
yes,
his speech was phenomenal. Frank Turek, who was there in the car with Charlie as they were trying to save him, who'd been a spiritual mentor to Charlie, who's long been an apologist on college campuses, a Christian apologist. He gave a very powerful testimony, very powerful remembrance of Charlie. There's much more we can get to. Of course, you also see the reactions to the speech yesterday, and some of them almost aren't even worth playing because they seem so small in comparison. I am now going to make it a policy never, ever to play anything by Don Lemon ever again, even though it gets the clicks going. I'm so tired of seeing certain people. It'd be one thing if they actually had a change of heart, but the constant catty demonization is just a bit much. But we'll get to all that in a second, as well as other stories going on, including here locally. The mayor of Montgomery, Stephen Reed, coming out and saying put out a statement last night saying the violent weekend is unacceptable and urges peace over violence. Also, an undercover child sexting. That's 9 arrests in Wetumpka.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
You're also seeing, a little lighter news, former Alabama quarterback A.J. McCarron is eyeing a run for public office. Well, if you're a former quarterback of the Crimson Tide, I think
gives you some bona fides.
Unless you literally are like eating glue, like if you can actually put a sentence or two together. Yeah.
Not be sniffing it.
Oh, no, like both. I mean,
Freon.
sniffers eat it.
They're huffing Freon.
Anyway, there's a lot we can get to. But before I hit this break, this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And they're Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you fellas out. If you just don't feel yourself, and yet you go, well, it's just me getting older. No, you're wrong. If you
That's
feel tired, sluggish, not like yourself, you're never in the mood, you're getting fatter, you're falling asleep, but then you're not sleeping well at the same time.
You're
like
not working out, you just got no motivation. Yeah.
Well, it's probably low testosterone.
More than likely, yeah.
Low energy and performance issues aren't inevitable. Solutions do exist. They have those solutions there at Montgomery Men's Health, and it's not just a bunch of generic fixes they throw at you. The urologists and providers at Montgomery Men's Health will tailor solutions specifically to your body and goals. And it's affordable and accessible. A consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. So, gentlemen, you only got one life. Procrastination's only going to make this worse. It's one thing if you're in your 40s, 50s, and 60s and you feel like crap. Right. It's another thing if you feel like this in your 20s and 30s. Right. You also are probably experiencing low T. Get by Montgomery Men's Health. Call them today at 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or visit MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com to book your appointment today.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Big news! Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital has a new name. But don't worry, everything you love is still the same. Now they're Pike Road Animal Hospital, still at 5148 Troy Highway, still the same great team you've trusted for years. Same friendly faces, same expert care, just a new name, and still offering boarding, grooming, and doggy daycare. Pike Road Animal Hospital, formerly Phillips Dunn Animal Hospital. New name, same heart. Compassion you know, care that you trust.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Let's face it, what our customers say about our business is the most important advertising tool. Here at Adams Drugs, we love our customers. We're here with Al and Amy Steinecker, Adams Drugs customers. Amy, please tell us how easy it was to transfer your prescriptions to Adams Drugs from the big box store.
It was one of the easiest things I've ever done. I went into the pharmacy on Bond Road and spoke with the pharmacist and told him we had not been happy where we'd been and would love to transfer our prescriptions. And he said, I'll be happy to call them. And that was that. And now when I call, I just say I need to have a prescription filled. And it's just that simple.
Al, what has your customer service been like at Adams Drugs?
It's amazing. You walk in, you're not standing in a line. They speak to you, call you by name, and say, what do you need today, Al or Mr. Steinecker? It's wonderful. It doesn't get any better.
Please come into any Adams Drugs location and let us earn your business. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for the location nearest you. Adams Drugs is your independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Put the power of Action 8 News in the palm of your hand. Download the free Action 8 News app to stay on top of breaking news wherever you are. Search for WAKA News in your app store to download the Action 8 News app today. Keep your family safe by watching Action 8 News. Look for 8 on your side consumer alerts with product recalls involving cars, food, children's toys, and other items in your home. 8 on your side, keeping you safe only on Action 8 News.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, where over-the-road dump truck drivers are needed right now. Home twice a week and every weekend, must leave early on Sunday with Blue Cross Blue Shield. Call them now at 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We got a big week of weather, especially by a late week when a cold front swings through the state. Meanwhile, on this first day of fall, it feels like it's midsummer. High temperature in the low to mid 90s. Low tonight around 70. We'll be in the low 90s again tomorrow, Tuesday. And the rain chances both days are very small, under 20%, but not zero. But stand by Wednesday night into especially Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms become likely as a cold front swings through the state. It brings not only needed rainfall, but some really nice air back behind it. Stand by. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Whether you're buying a home or auto or consolidating debt, CB&S Bank's personal loans get you where you need to go. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you or apply online today. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hey everybody, it's Bishop Barron. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, in the very hot sun. Right behind me, you can see State Farm Stadium, and we just had the memorial service for Charlie Kirk. I was invited to attend, and I came here. It was kind of an extraordinary day. It was a long day. We got there at about, I think, 10 o'clock, and we just finished at about 5 p.m. And it was, in many ways, like a Protestant praise and worship service. There was a lot of music, but everything was, geared in a highly religious way. Charlie, of course, was a political commentator, but as everybody said, as he often said, what was most important to him was his Christian faith. That came through massively. And then, of course, there were speakers from, all across the world, and including most of the members of the present cabinet. We heard from, Robert F. Kennedy, Tulsi Gabbard. We heard from Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, and then President Trump himself at the very end. And what really struck me was I heard the name Jesus Christ on the lips of our government officials more than I ever had it in my life, all acknowledging the importance of the Lord for Charlie, but also the importance of the Lord in their own lives. It was very moving to see that. I'll tell you, the single most moving moment for me was when Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, got to the microphone and first received this thunderous applause, but then gave this really extraordinary speech. The culmination of which was her granting of forgiveness to the man who had killed her husband. And it was one of those moments that's sort of breathtaking when you see the gospel on display in front of you. We're called upon to pray for our enemies, to love our enemies, and to think of Erika offering forgiveness to this man. It was just extraordinarily powerful. So it was a good day. It was a long day, a rich day, spiritually enlivening day. Just to be in that place with about 100,000 people, it was something. So pray for us as we head back to Minnesota, and God bless you.
Again, that's Bishop Robert Barron. And if you are feeling the pull to dive in deep and you don't necessarily have direction, I'm not saying, I think the point should be to bring you to Jesus, not bring you necessarily to the Catholic Church.
Right.
But as a guy who was born and raised Catholic, and I've been wrestling with stuff for a few years now, there is a lot of wisdom, a lot of depth, a lot of great stuff. So I would, when you deal with the Catholic Church, a lot of stuff I disagree too, because it's a big, long existing organization. But Bishop Barron's online service, it's called Word on Fire, is very well done.
Is it done? I'll check
very,
it out.
very well done.
So, have you been to Rome? Have you been to Italy? Okay. All right. Good friend, Jack, my friend Jack, the Politico guy. Him and his family took a trip to Italy. I have been there. I worked in Naples, so I spent a lot of time all over the country when I was with DIA. And he called me from the Vatican. He said, "Troy, I'm having a spiritual," and he was raised Protestant, non-denominational. He goes, I'm having an emotional, spiritual feeling here. He says, I told my mom and dad, I think I'm going to convert to Catholicism right here.
Yeah.
And he said it was so powerful. And it is, when you go in and see the Sistine Chapel and the lead up to that, it's kind of just, it's a build. And then you see the glory of the Crusades and the gilding. And it's just, I get goosebumps talking about it, because that is the closest vestige Christians have to the old original Church of Paul. I believe that with all my heart. This is how it developed. And
one thing I love is the reason in the thing I wrote that I quote Timothy Dolan, the cardinal, Roman Catholic cardinal, is because even I think it's easy to get into the puzzles and the mysteries and the scriptural analysis and the different aspects of theology. Do you really believe in transubstantiation and all these things?
Divination and all that.
And I think those conversations are important, but I love that I say a high-profile Catholic, not just say Bishop Barron, but like Timothy Dolan, didn't know who this guy is, looks at him, knows he's not Catholic, but says this is a modern-day St. Paul.
Absolutely. That was powerful when it first came out and said that. I go, they don't throw that word around very, very loosely.
No, not a cardinal in the Catholic Church. Bishops in the Catholic Church they tend to be more reserved.
Very reserved.
And there were some light moments, though. In particular, this one, I think, cracked everybody up. If you don't already just hate Trump and his guns and have Trump derangement syndrome. This is Don Jr., who kind of admits, I'm not really the right guy to be up here for a eulogy. That's not really my thing.
Who's seen me on social media knows I'm far more likely to crack a joke or get myself in trouble for posting some grossly inappropriate memes than I am to shed a tear. I know this because I've even gotten the call from that guy a couple of times.
He's pointing up to the box.
Don, you're getting a little aggressive on social media, Don. Relax.
What can he do?
And Trump waves to the crowd, gives a thumbs up.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
So there were definitely moments of levity and some moments, we'll get to it, Stephen Miller and the president himself, saving those for a second. First, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services and their Pest Pro Ashley and that great team ready to help you with any and all your pest control needs. They've got this new monthly subscription model. That way you can actually budget for your pest control costs.
Right.
Make it part of just your regular overhead. You know, you get water, you get electricity, just add pest control on top of that. And it's for a very reasonable fee. Always starts with just basic pest control. You can add to that mosquito treatments, termite treatments, flea and tick.
Fly treatments.
Don't
resort to the salt gun we brought.
Fire
Bring
ants.
them out, man.
They can do it all. And of course, with the changing of the season, I think technically we're shifting into fall. As it gets cooler, you're going to see different types of critters trying to get inside.
Right now, you're right.
They are going to try to find a warm place for the fall heading into the winter, especially those spiders that love throwing up that web all around your front door, back door.
They're on our porch,
So y'all check out Pest Pro Services today. You can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them direct, 265-9990. That's 265-9990. When you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell Ashley and that great team that Joey, that fella on the radio, sent you.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Wet feet, melting popsicles, puppy prints. Summer is hard on floors, but Pergo Vinyl by Mohawk is kid-proof, pet-proof, and life-proof. And right now during the Pergo event at Prattville Carpet, you can get luxury vinyl, worry-free floors, plus up to $1,000 in rebates on qualifying Pergo products. So gorgeous new floors up to $1,000 back. And did I mention 12 months no interest? Get the details and shop Mohawk's Pergo event now at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Hi, I'm Brian McMahon with Turf Stalkers. Within a few months of advertising with Blue Water, our customer base doubled. If you're looking for similar results, we highly recommend advertising with Blue Water.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Austin Baranko with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, how you doing this afternoon?
Having a great Monday. How are you, Joey?
Life is all right on the personal side. And as we look at the economy, one thing, this maybe will affect the economy more in the long term. I'm very frustrated to see that it looks like this deficit for this fiscal year is worse than the Biden deficit. And they keep saying, well, over time, we'll cut and we'll get out of the debt with growth. But I'm looking at this going, well, at least for this year, we are just adding to it. We're not cutting squat.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to put that burden on the current administration, I think you'd be a little off base. And the reason is, our debt service is one of the largest reasons why we are over budget. And the debt service is because we borrowed a bunch on the front end of the yield curve. And so had, the Yellen and Biden administration not made that, play, then we wouldn't be stuck in these, higher interest rate, longer term borrowing costs that we have. So, it is frustrating. And, the book that you and I have read together and talk about it, but it just seems like we're at a place in our country where every budget gets higher, the deficit continues to go higher, and with where interest rates are now and how much money, has been borrowed, it's hard to get away from that. So, I mean, it would take a massive change in either policy and or interest rates for us to get some of that back. But you're right, growth is about the only way to get through this at this point.
Now, could a long-term debt load like this actually hurt growth in the long run?
Yeah, I mean, normally what you see throughout history is when you get into a situation where you have debt outstanding of this magnitude and, one of the debt holders calls on their debt and the person that owes can't pay, or the sovereign nation that owes can't pay, oftentimes it leads to, in some capacity, a war. And, the winner of the war gets to reset the playing field. So I wouldn't say it could necessarily hurt growth, but if growth isn't enough to overcome the deficit, you could see some global tension, which I think we're already seeing in many ways.
Yeah.
You've got what's going on in the Middle East. You've got what's going on in Ukraine. So it's not like we don't have some type of global destabilization already, but normally these things arise in times where, there's huge deficits and lopsided borrowing and spending from country to country. So it's hard for me to say this is going to slow growth down, but if growth does slow and debt service is unsustainable, you would either see a massive amount of printing again, which would just further exacerbate the problem of inflation, and or you would see some type of global tension.
Well, and I'm just trying to underline the point for the audience out there that the long-term trends are still, let's say, quite a knot that we need to untie. And I think it can be, without having to slash through it like the Gordian knot. But it's in times like these that you don't need to make your, say, financial planning, your wealth management decisions based on, say, national, international headlines. You should go and deal with a true professional team, and that's what they do there at Invista Advisors. Working with Austin Baranko here that we've been talking to, but the entire team to give you a holistic, all the above approach to managing your wealth, long-term financial planning, whether in individual families, you need business consulting, maybe you run a charity nonprofit, wherever you are in life, they can help you out there at Invista Advisors. Just call them up today at 387-0094. Again, that's 387-0094. And be sure to tell them, hey, I heard Austin Baranko on the radio with Joey Clark.
Awesome. Hey, I appreciate you, Joe, and you have a great week, and I'll talk to you Wednesday.
Sounds great. Thanks, Austin. Again, folks, Austin Baranko with Invista Advisors.
The opinions voiced in this material are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. The opinions expressed in this material do not necessarily reflect the views of LPL Financial. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through Invista Advisors, registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusada, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott.
Thousands, including President Trump, attending a memorial for Charlie Kirk inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona on Sunday. Charlie's wife, Erika Kirk, says she forgave the man who killed her husband. Gabrielle has strengthened into a major hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean, but was forecast to remain away from land. Swells from the storm reached Bermuda on Sunday and were impacting the U.S. East Coast from North Carolina northward to Canada's Atlantic coast. Forecasters say the swells were likely to cause life-threatening surf and dangerous rip current conditions. A 4.3 quake rattles the San Francisco Bay Area earlier today. Thousands felt the trembler. There were no reports of injury or damage. The Dow was ahead 79 points, the NASDAQ composite adding 137. This is SRN News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We got a big week of weather, especially by late week when a cold front swings through the state. Meanwhile, on this first day of fall, it feels like it's midsummer. High temperature in the low to mid 90s. Low tonight around 70. We'll be in the low 90s again tomorrow, Tuesday. And the rain chances both days are very small, under 20%, but not zero. But stand by Wednesday night into especially Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms become likely as a cold front swings through the state. It brings not only needed rainfall, but some really nice air back behind it. Stand by. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Montgomery police are investigating a weekend shooting that left 2 people dead and 1 injured. The incident happened Saturday evening near Eastern Boulevard in the 5100 block of Carmichael Road. 2 adult males with gunshot wounds were pronounced dead on the scene. A 3rd male victim was seriously wounded. Suspect and motive remain unknown. A Sunday morning stabbing in Montgomery has left 1 woman dead and another injured. Officers were called to a local hospital just after 2 a.m. where the first victim was pronounced dead. No update has been given on the other woman's condition. Investigators later determined the incident happened off Virginia Loop Road on Raintree Drive. Following multiple violent incidents in Montgomery over the weekend, Mayor Stephen Reed issued a statement Sunday calling for accountability and conflict resolution. The mayor stated that community members have a responsibility to reject violence and seek peaceful solutions. Mayor Reed concluded by urging the community to come together in support of nonviolence. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
The Tears family has been your local Roto-Rooter service since 1964. Drain cleaning, plumbing repair, and those troublesome septic tanks, no problem. Technology has changed a bit in the last 54 years. Video inspections of lines to locate problems is available, as well as scheduling your appointment online. River Region residents have trusted Roto-Rooter for over half a century. You can too. Call today at 272-7130 or visit online at rotorooteralabama.com.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Clark.
Welcome back. Yeah, we were just talking off air, and Eddie Bader joining the show now. How you doing, Eddie?
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. And Troy and I were just talking off air. I'd love you to jump in. I've never seen anything like this in my lifetime. That memorial yesterday.
It's something really good to see.
Never seen it.
It's something I can't help but notice, and I'm glad to see it too, is I think you might have mentioned it earlier, but having our leadership actually openly talk about God. That's
absolutely.
When's the last time we've heard that? Because for me, it seems like it's been too long.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate it. Most of the stuff I couldn't watch. It was just too hard for me to
the
deal with. But
matter is, and I think, for instance, I see what J.D. Vance means, that and I was saying this to Troy off air, it's very easy to say words, especially if you're gifted with words. You can say all the right words that get people going. The trick will be in the coming days, weeks, months, years, how do people live out these proclamations?
Transformation, that's right.
I will say, though, in particular, I think Marco Rubio, if he wrote that speech, that was one of the best summations of.
I would say that really surprised me, just from Rubio himself. That really surprised me.
He continues to impress me.
Yeah, very much so.
Joey and I were talking. I said, that guy just nails it.
He really does.
And Trump, I think, they kind of had that contentious little relationship, but I think Trump values him for what he does.
Definitely so. I definitely
trust
agree
him
with that.
emphatically.
Yeah, I think Trump is more forgiving than what he would say he is.
He's soft.
Oh, definitely. So you saw the Elon deal, I'm sure.
Oh, we showcased that in the first hour, and Elon himself quoting the Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, that was
that's amazing.
That got me, but it was good to see them too. That was another moment where I know Charlie brought those two back together, and that.
Yeah, and it seemed like a cordial meeting.
Yeah.
Trump downplaying it with the press earlier today, but I think that's just because he's like, I'm not throwing pearls before you, swine.
Right. I think you're right.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Swine is accurate.
Now, speaking of the president, here we've got the president, a little bit of what he said yesterday. Let's listen in.
Shortly before Charlie arrived on campus, the day he was assassinated, a staff member texted him that there were many critics and students who were opposed to his views, and rather strenuously in the crowd. And that actually made him feel good, because he wanted to convince them. He understood. He really did. He understood what was right. And he was right about that. A lot of it was based on common sense, by the way. Charlie wrote back to the staff member saying, I'm not here to fight them. I want to know them and love them, and I want to reach them and try and lead them into a great way of life in our country. In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erika. But now Erika can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
I love him.
Charlie's angry. Looking down, he's angry at me now. He wasn't interested in demonizing anyone. He was interested in persuading everyone to the ideas and principles he believed were good, right, and true. Before each appearance, he prayed these words: God, use me for your will. Always said the same thing. Use me for your will. And that is exactly what God did. When you think, that's exactly what he did.
I mean, just look at the effect of this. And we were also talking off air, like, imagine if Trump doesn't turn his head.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That inch that he dies there on national TV. I don't think we see a similar response.
No, not at all. Joey,
not at all.
I think we would have seen
a lot more chaos is what I really think.
This is genuine Holy Spirit moving through the country, and it's only going. I pray that it continues in momentum, like you said. It needs to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there were reactions to this that were not exactly charitable. Do you want to hear what the other side said?
Sure, of course. Not Don Lemon, though. We don't want to hear what he has to say.
No, I'm done with Don Lemon.
Really?
He's got diarrhea of the mouth.
I can't stand that guy.
Yeah. Like, no, and it's just nothing but pure cattiness to be catty.
Right.
Of course, his take on it, everything. Well, I won't even say it. I'm done with that. I'm tired of seeing it. In fact, the guy who posted it, I messaged him and saying, please stop giving Don Lemon attention. Please stop it.
I'd like
You're
to
feeding
see.
the monster.
Yep.
But let's just do it's a quick clip. It's from MSNBC, from some reporter I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just like what they're presenting to their 10,000 viewers.
Yeah,
if that.
Maybe.
If that. Let's listen in
bunch of them are bots, probably.
how they were covering this yesterday.
What you are seeing here is a movement called Christian nationalism that merges Christianity as it's been practiced in America for, centuries with a very specific interpretation of what the founding fathers wanted, what Aristotle wanted, going all the way back to the ancients. You saw Larry Arnn, who is the president of Hillsdale College and a proponent of this strain of interpretation of the Bible, merge Christianity and protecting the Western civilization values into one and the same thing. It's a very somewhat convoluted argument, but if you distill it into the right talking points, it really hits you in the patriotic heart area.
Wow. How about this? I've got Larry Arnn's whole speech.
Yeah.
I think I'll play it.
Why don't you?
Not a bad idea.
Because like her 40-second characterization of it, for some reason, I don't trust it.
Thank you.
I don't trust it. Right.
Let's let the listeners decide for themselves.
And wait, you're saying Christianity wasn't the birthplace of our values that we hold today?
Well,
even
there's many
even
that would
agnostic
say-
and
there's many
atheists and
that would
secular
say-
people.
On Christianity. What are we talking about here?
There's many that would argue that, but we know that the founding fathers came here partially for religious freedom.
Right.
And also, it doesn't seem like this movement, because you think the founding fathers like Catholics, unless you're from
They were
Maryland.
Jews. Maybe they were Jews.
Like, yeah. No, I saw a great discussion with Bishop Barron with, I can't remember the Jewish rabbi's name. He spoke at Trump's second inaugural. But he told a story of, I think it's 1788, 89. It's right after the Constitution is ratified. And there's a huge parade in Philadelphia. And under the banner of, I believe, the lines from the Old Testament or Exodus, Jews walked with a lot of Christians in Philadelphia.
That's cool.
No, y'all are people of the book. Y'all too have been given a holy promise, and it's part of that history where you go. They want to make it out. It's this big bad boogeyman. It's like read Margaret Atwood, and that's all you need to know about what the right wants to do. And it's like, no, that is not what we want to do.
You just said something very powerful, and just let me give you a little snippet about why it's important. I think in the global macro religious sense, you said we're children of the book. So when you're in an Arab country or you're in Israel, they'll say Assalamu alaikum, and then Malaikum assalam, right? You know what that means? It means in peace, children of the book.
Yep.
They recognize all three of us as coming from the God of Abraham, though we have some very divergent takes on the prophet. But anyways, but if you were Mormon, I guess you would have Indians that would have been worshiping animist gods. Because the Mormons believe it.
That's right.
They came here. Sorry, I just had to throw that in.
Now let's go to Larry Yarn, because, like he was just called out as a believer of Christian nationalism. Whatever that means, there are some books out there. The National Conservatism Conference, you can hear folks that explicitly have been pushing out Christian nationalism, and there's a few different takes on that. I will say, as we were saying last week, a major difference between Christianity and, say, something like Islam is the secular. That even if you are a Christian society at your foundations and core, there must be room for people to live as they wish under the laws and these sorts of things. Now, within reason, I've been trying to think it through. To me, like, the secular is like having a dog, and like having a dog's a good thing, right? Like, and often because the dog gives you like purpose and it entertains you, and the dog feed the dog, and the dog's happy, go on the walk, and you just got to say, "Do you want to?" And it immediately is running to the door, and it's great. It's great having a dog. But have you seen those folks where the dog runs them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's ugly, ain't it? Real ugly.
Yeah. Shot collars work, Joey. Shot collars work.
So I think there is an aspect to where Christianity, and I would say that in a personalized way, people that are feeling this moment right now, how can Christianity water the secular? How can it motivate us in our day-to-day, our practical dealings with one another? It doesn't mean like Christian nationalism, to me, if you're ever going to go down that road, should not mean like theocracy as though it is practiced in Iran. And then I'd also say to a lot of the secular people, you're acting like your own religious authorities already, and you have been for a long time.
Right. They pontificated.
That your oligarchy has been run by clerics that have pushed this weird secular
That's exactly what it is.
thing that has stripped the divinity of Christ from it.
We know that the globalists, the left, the socialists, these thinkers do not want God to be in the equation. The government is your God.
So, you can call it whatever names. I just know that there are many different types of Christians there that day, yesterday, from many different faiths that will disagree over all sorts of theology.
That shouldn't stop our power.
And if a secretary of state or a vice president or a president giving testament and a voice, the gospel of Jesus Christ is enough to make you immediately start yelling fascist. Well, maybe you need to look in the mirror.
You need to find him.
Now, why are you reacting to the cross like a vampire? Now, here is Larry Yarn, because we just heard that he in particular was the one pushing all this.
Right.
Let's listen into what he had to say yesterday about Charlie Kirk.
Good morning. We had the pastor. I'm the school teacher. I have one short story to tell you about Charlie Kirk, my friend. He became a friend of mine because I interrogated him one time. 19-year-olds are my specialty. I asked him some questions he couldn't answer, and he was already becoming famous. And I noticed his reaction. He said, "What should I do?" And I said, "Well, you have to suffer. If you want to grow, you have to suffer. Hard to learn. Into the night, crack of dawn in the morning. Start with the Bible. Read the classics. Study the founding of America. In those places, you will find that there's a ladder that reaches up toward God. And at the bottom of it is the ordinary good things that are around us everywhere. If we can call them by their names, they have being. And the beings of the good things are figments of God. You will find that article in Aristotle. You will find it in the Bible.
Yep.
You will find it in Madison and Jefferson. How do I learn that? He said. And I said, you have to suffer. You have to study. You have to think. I thought I'd never hear from him again. Within a month, he got hold of my cell phone number and he texted me a copy of a certificate of completion of a Hillsdale College online course. He would go on to do that 31 times.
Wow.
Amazing.
I keep a list. in my head of the 6 or 8 young people, and I'm very privileged I get to know many inspiring young people who are the best I ever saw. Charlie is the only one who was never a full-time student at Hillsdale College who was on that list. We will miss him dearly. He can't be replaced. You know, a good thing is a thing that has being. An assassin is not a thing that has being. The assassin must give up his humanity to destroy something that has being. Charlie lives on. The assassin will die.
You're here.
Yeah, for sure.
My wife, who's here with me today, and I have set up a scholarship in the hope that Charlie's children will go to a good college. I have one in mind. And this May the 9th, Erika doesn't know this yet, we are going to give Charlie and Erika the greatest respect a college can give.
Conferred honorary doctorate.
An honorary degree. Charlie, you see, has suffered enough. He's gone to the Lord. He deserves his reward. Thank you.
So unassuming, yet so profound.
And if you're reacting to that guy and those words with that news segment we just saw,
with his hands in his pocket,
you seriously need to check your neck to see if you've been bitten by a vampire.
They're out there.
At least a spiritual vampire.
They're real.
Man.
Powerful.
And seriously, when you tune in to some of the other perspective and point of view, some of the loudmouths out there, they just don't know when to quit. This was yesterday, on the very day of the service, that CNN welcomed on Jasmine Crockett. So as people were preparing, hundreds of thousands there in person, millions, if not over 1 billion worldwide watching the live streams, all in total. This was the message Jasmine Crockett wanted to share on Sunday morning.
The rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color. And so it is unfortunate that even our colleagues could not see how harmful his rhetoric was specifically to us. And I can tell you that a month prior to him passing away, he had actually gotten out on his podcast. I wasn't aware of this at the time, but he got out there and he was talking negatively about me directly. So if there was any way that I was going to honor somebody who decided that they were just going to negatively talk about me and proclaim that I was somehow involved in the great white replacement, yeah, I'm not honoring that kind of stuff. The rhetoric.
She missed a boat, didn't she?
And like my response to that is it's just so like it don't even deserve a response. It's so small.
But that's the kind of loose cannons you have in the Democratic Party right now. And it just shows why they continue to suck and they go down and down and down. And here's my question. What church does she go to? That kind. Like Creflo Dollar. Creflo Dollar. She sees Creflo Dollar.
Yeah, and it's just a lie. It's just not true. And it's a tiresome political tactic.
It is.
Tiresome, fatiguing. We're a little spent on that. As I was yelling and screaming a couple weeks ago, why don't you damn us for the sins we actually committed? Why don't you damn us for what we actually believe? Rather than sitting high in moral presumption because the best work you did happened 60 years ago. How long are you going to live off the fumes of people that were better than you, that actually did inspire a movement? How long are you going to feast off the bones of your fathers and continue to act like nothing's changed? We're not abusing the principle. Tired of it. And I think I'm not alone in that.
You have to suffer a little longer. You heard what he said, right?
Yeah, he's right.
I'm just saying.
I don't like it, but Larry Horn is right
He is
about
very
that.
right that we have to suffer this.
And, you know, you don't always learn it in eloquent ways. I'd imagine you two gentlemen could tell me many stories of young Eddie and young Troy and the things you've had to suffer in life, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
In combat, I can tell you that I questioned a lot of things after a while. But, it's Elvis carries every one of us has a cross. That's why when you see someone, I mean this, Eddie, my wife and I talk about it all the time. You never know what's in a man's heart, and you should show him Christ-like kindness, and maybe the difference for something.
Frank Turek, who was there in the vehicle, he was right next to Charlie when Charlie was shot, killed. He was there in the backseat praying as they were trying, and then that's when they realized this is, as Erika Kirk said in her own speech, the surgeon told her if he was shot in the surgeon room, we couldn't have helped him.
Yeah.
He was dead on contact. And but here is just a snippet of Frank Turek and what he had to say yesterday at this memorial.
Charlie right now is in heaven, not because he was a great husband and father, not because he saved millions of kids out of darkness on college campuses, not because he changed minds and chased votes to save the country, not because he sacrificed himself for his Savior. Charlie Kirk is in heaven because his Savior sacrificed himself for Charlie Kirk.
I don't know what happens in the next days, weeks, months, years to come. Would you guess that there might be some hypocrisy and sinning going on, especially in politics? Yeah, just a little bit.
But you know what I think? Let's just walk that dog for a minute. I think Charlie would say to you, I don't really care what's happening in politics. Am I saving people? And you know what? I have a feeling there's going to be a large conversion of more youth coming on board.
It's already happening.
Yeah, they can't stop it. The left is losing it.
And then, of course, Trump was quick to not let go of the political.
No, I know.
In particular,
Forgive.
This clip, I'll admit it made me chuckle a little bit. Let's listen in. This is Trump yesterday at the memorial.
11 days, we have heard stories of commentators, influencers, and others in our society who greeted his assassination with sick approval, excuses, or even jubilation. You've heard that. So have I. Couldn't believe it. Some of the very same people who spent the last 8 years trying to sit in moral judgment of anyone who disagreed with them about politics suddenly started cheering for a murder. Incredible. You know the names. They're major losers, by the way. That will be proven out in a short period of time. Some of the very people who call you a hater for using the wrong pronoun were filled with glee at the killing of a father with two beautiful young children. And the same commentators who this week are screaming fascism over a canceled late-night TV show where the anchor had no talent and no ratings. Last week were implying that Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him. No side in American politics has a monopoly on disturbed or misguided people.
It's true.
But there's one part of our political community which believes they have a monopoly on truth, goodness, and virtue, and concludes they have also a monopoly on power, thought, and speech. Well, that's not happening anymore. We've turned that corner very quickly. Tragically, atrocities of this kind, and kind that we saw in Utah, of all places, are the eventual consequence of that kind of thinking. If speech is violence, then some are bound to conclude that violence is justified to stop speech. And we're not going to let that be justified. The tradition of reason and open debate that Charlie practiced is not a pillar of our democracy. In many ways, it's the basis of our entire society. It's the right and inheritance of every free American, the greatest legacy of the Enlightenment, and among the most treasured achievements of civilization.
Well said.
Well, and I'd say the trick is, again, what will happen in the days, weeks, months, years to come.
Yep.
We all fall short. That's certainly true, as much as we try. But if these men and women, if these people who spoke yesterday can actually embody their words over the many days to come, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. Though, to Larry Arn's point, we're probably going to have to suffer a bit.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
He did that with his hands in his pocket, too. I'm thinking, that's a cool cat. That's a real cool cat. He's just up there letting him fly.
Yeah, seriously, if you think Hillsdale College is evil, I don't know how to even speak to you.
There's
like I've taken many of their courses. They're great. They're well produced. They're insightful on the classics, on history, on Christianity, on the Constitution.
See,
like there's so much there
that. And they don't want that, Joe.
Why are you threatened by it? Like at least listen to
available. That's why.
Man, and that's the sort of thing that just baffles me. And honestly, I still have this anger inside me, but it isn't as directed as towards those fools as much as just why is the world this way in general. Yeah. Well, if you read your scriptures, you might get insight to that. This part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage, and there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Madeline Cannon are ready to help you with buying a home, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. You think there's going to be a few first-time home buyers around the bend here?
Oh, yeah. In fact, they just helped me. Madeline helped me with one, about a week and a half ago.
Oh, no.
First-time home buyers, and we breezed through the process. We got from offer to acceptance to closing in 31 days.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That is amazing.
It's incredible turnaround time.
Yes, it's an FHA loan, a government loan. She was absolutely wonderful about it. Again, when they ask me questions, I refer them over to Madeline. Especially, but right now, I'm telling you, veterans loans are the best in the business. And they are the best in the business at getting them done. And right now, interest rates are dropping, which is a sign we all needed to see for quite some time. And it'll probably go down more, but you need to make a call today because that line is going to get long and in a hurry.
And it's not just buying a place.
Refi.
It's also refinancing a place. And again, fast turnaround times. I think it's like 2 weeks on the refi and veterans plans, all this stuff.
If you went into a home probably within the last year and a half, 2 years, you might want to call them, just check what the interest rates are trending down towards so you'll be ready to refi. Because chances are you're going to want to do that for sure.
At least call them direct. If you've been thinking about buying a home, refinance that home, call them direct. Start the conversation. 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson with the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. So far this year, over 2,600 homes have sold and closed in the River region. 55% of these homes sold in 60 days or less, and sellers are receiving close to 98% of listed price. Over the last year, average prices in the River region have increased over 10% from last year. We do have more inventory now to show buyers before they purchase. There are homes in all price ranges available for buyers interested in moving. As a seller, it's a great time to sell through a realtor and gain access to many buyers, not just one or two. If you are a buyer, having more homes to pick from give you better choices before you buy. Our market is now more balanced between a buyer and seller market than we've seen since 2019. Get the facts, see the inventory, get a great local lender to help you, and an agent that's going to look after your interests. For all the facts, call Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group, 221-2883 or 551-0225.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton with the Good Feet Store. Summer is winding down and fall is fast approaching. Kids head back to school, routines become more structured, and we dive back into our busy schedules. Those busy schedules can be tough on our feet, but they don't have to be. At the Good Feet Store, our arch supports are designed to make any season comfortable by fitting into your favorite seasonal shoes. Good Feet arch supports provide the stability your feet need, supporting all four arches and helping to alleviate pain in your feet, knees, hips, and back. Whether you're getting back to work, running errands, or navigating to the kids' sports activities, Good Feet Arch Supports have got you covered. Stop in your local Good Feet store today or make an appointment at goodfeet.com. The Good Feet store is in Montgomery, across from the shops at East Chase. Visit goodfeet.com to book your appointment today or just stop by. I'm Jonathan Cotton, and we look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We got a big week of weather, especially by late week when a cold front swings through the state. Meanwhile, on this first day of fall, it feels like midsummer. High temperature in the low to mid 90s. Low tonight around 70. We'll be in the low 90s again tomorrow, Tuesday. And the rain chances both days are very small, under 20%, but not zero. But stand by Wednesday night into especially Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms become likely as a cold front swings through the state. It brings not only needed rainfall, but some really nice air back behind it. Stand by. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back, folks. We've got some breaking news. All percolating on social media earlier. 1819 News has now picked it up. Auburn head basketball coach Bruce Pearl announces retirement.
Wow.
Amid rumors of Senate bid. Yeah. Now, he had been sending all the signals, no, I'm not running.
That's what I constantly heard.
But here, I'll just read up this report. Auburn head basketball coach Bruce Pearl announces retirement today, Monday. ESPN college basketball insider Jeff Borzello reported Pearl's son, Steven, is set to take over as head coach for the upcoming season.
Interesting.
Steven joined his father's staff in 2014 and was named associate head coach prior to the 2023 season. Bruce Pearl will end his career in orange and blue as the winningest head coach in program history with 232 wins. Taking the program to unprecedented heights, the elder Pearl took the Tigers to 2 Final Four appearances, most recently in 2024. An afterthought in college basketball in the SEC, Auburn made appearances in 5 Southeastern Conference championships and 6 NCAA tournament games in 11 seasons. Auburn won 3 SEC regular season championships and 2 SEC tournament championships under Bruce's tutelage. He led the Tigers to their first ever number 1 ranking in both national polls in 2022 and a school record 8 consecutive weeks at number 1 in the polls last season. Auburn won a school record 32 games in 2024 and earned the NCAA tournament's number 1 overall seed for the first time in program history. Pearl was named the Division I Coach of the Year and SEC Coach of the Year for this accomplishment. Bruce Pearl's announcement comes amid rumors that he's considered running for U.S. Senate to replace U.S. Senator Tommy Tuberville, who is running for governor. Well, part of me is like, damn it.
Yeah.
I like you as a head coach of the basketball team.
Well,
and it makes me not want to vote. If he runs for Senate, I don't want to vote for you. You left my team.
And all you got is basketball at Auburn now.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
And we got a pretty good.
We had a decent game until somebody gave the refs
That was
the payoff.
That was pretty. That was pretty trashy.
Man.
That was pretty trashy, Eddie.
My Saturday was just.
Well, I mean,
points.
If you can't protect the quarterback in the way Auburn couldn't protect the quarterback, you kind of deserve to lose.
Or if you have 13,
that many sacks,
13 penalties, and 6 of them were false starts. Yeah.
No, and that's what kind of sucked is like we got the talent.
You could have won.
The football team's got the talent, very good talent. It's just like
we ain't got the coach, and then the refs are against us too. That were screwed.
If that was played at Jordan Hare, Eddie, if that was played at Jordan Hare, I think that would have been a different outcome.
It was just disappointing. It was disappointing to watch because we are better than that, but. We started going into the Auburn no waves.
Yeah.
We get down on us a little bit. Well, we just can't pull our heads up.
But let's get back to Bruce Pearl. Seriously, if he's quitting, if he's retiring right before the season, and that means he's running for Senate, I need some convincing to even consider him.
Why? Why
would you say
because
that?
I want you to be the basketball coach.
Well, not only
and we
that,
got a pretty good dynamic with Steve Marshall running.
We had a
So you're
contract.
punishing him. You're punishing him.
I thought we had a contract
Yeah.
that said you weren't going to do anything but coach basketball. That's why I'm paying you all this money.
Right, and we got what Steve Marshall already in, we got Barry Moore already in, and you got Jared Hudson. I guess we need a fourth.
Let me toss something to you. Could it be that Trump maybe put it in his ear that that would be good for you to run for Senate because he's tight with Trump, and Trump likes coaches that are no nonsense. I could see that being maybe him getting if he gets Trump's endorsement, it's over, baby.
I am wondering if certain, say, powerful interests in the state are unhappy with Marshall and Moore as the
I think there's more to it than we know.
I like Jared Hudson. I really do like the guy. Look forward to meeting him in person. I think he's got a. It's not a very. It's like Dumb and Dumber. Like, so you're saying there's a chance? Like he ran for sheriff and didn't even win that in his own county. So I like Jared. I'm just being real on the possibilities of him actually winning the United States Senate seat here in the state. But I do believe that I don't know. I don't want to sit here and name like I know what Alpha's thinking, the Business Council's thinking. My sense though is that. Whoever there are interests in the state that aren't happy with those top two,
right?
Marshall and Moore.
My issue is I had the same issue with Sarah Palin when she quit governorship. If you run for a job, do waste everybody's time, effort, and money, and you don't fulfill your commitment, I got nothing for you no more. I love Bruce Pearl. I think he's the greatest thing in the world. However, I thought we had a commitment.
But I loved you as a basketball coach.
That's right. I had a contract with you to assure this kind of stuff wouldn't happen.
Gotta wonder, like the behind the scenes jockeying right now has to be fascinating.
There's a lot.
Yeah, but okay, let's say this doesn't play.
Yeah, maybe he just retires. Then I love you, coach. I mean, you had a good run. I'm
Let's say
still a little
he goes
peeved
for it,
that
though,
you
and
left.
he doesn't win.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Right, and that's the future I see.
Well, that's the problem with political campaigns. I usually get to know all of them, like all of them, and I realize all of y'all but one will end up losers, complete pathetic
Well, what
losers.
I've noticed is the ones we love the most, they're the first losers.
Oh, I noticed that. You've noticed that?
You're still paying some.
Right.
Yes.
No, and I'm not doing this to dog him, but I remember off air when we had Mike Durant here in the studio. And I really like
Couldn't
Mike.
have been happier, could we?
And also I was preparing for that interview. I listened to the books he had written himself, that he read himself in his own voice about when he they crash and he's captured, held captive for so long.
Pretty
and
serious.
And so I was coming in thinking, what a American hero, number one.
Yeah.
And also just what a capable fella.
Yeah,
It's not easy to be a startup in the military contract world.
Nope.
And so like I'm looking at this guy and off air, I just say to him simply, so you ready? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the worst people in the world will do whatever it takes to ruin your name so you don't win. He's like, oh, I got thick skin. And I didn't want to argue with him. I'm like, that's not really my point. You probably have thick skin, but are you ready for your name to be dragged through the mud?
Your family and everything.
After he went through what he went through with Black Hawk Down, I would have thought he thought I've been through the worst in life.
No, he was wrong.
Right, he was wrong.
No, and you remember the last time we spoke
Right.
to him, he called in and he wouldn't, with grace, he wouldn't name names, but he said some very powerful people just straight up lied to my face.
Mike Rogers, one of them. He's treacherous. Sorry, I'll call him out right now. Yep.
Well, and this is the
great set of hair, though.
This is politics. This is
Good
why
good for him.
I think we do need to get back to the deeper things in life because, and I'm going to continue to say this. Maybe some good Christian scholar can correct me on this, but I think political power, it gives a unique temptation to sin and evil.
Oh yes.
Oh, sure it does.
More than almost anything I can imagine.
Yes.
Like all the other stuff seems to come with it. The pride, the lust, the gluttony, the decadence in general seems to come from that, along with, the violence, the lying, like all that stuff.
But I hate that we accept that now. There had to be at some point in time where we did not accept that behavior from our politicians. There had to be.
Yeah, but I looked through history.
You don't think so?
And no, it tends to
We
be
knew
like
they were lying then?
Yeah, you kind of forgive your own guy. Like that's kind of it's like this is why Tolkien's like, no, we must destroy the ring.
Can we
Like,
draw a
can't-
line now, though, and say, okay, from this point forward, you cannot cross this line?
Now Eddie's over here like Boromir, like, no, it's a gift. We must keep it and wield it as a weapon.
Yes,
It's the forces of evil.
Yes.
And it's just, it's frustrating, to put it mildly. But yeah, okay, that's an interesting wrinkle. I don't think he retires unless he's running.
Oh, he's running.
Bruce Pearl.
But what if he
ultimately looks
doesn't win?
I think he's going to.
That's my thing.
I love that you keep bringing that up.
That's my thing. But look what he's going against.
He wins. He's a winner everywhere he goes. Listen, trust me on this, guys. I think that there's more to this from Trump's side than you're giving him credit for.
Maybe. Another name in Alabama athletics, former Alabama quarterback A.J. McCarron.
Yeah, saw that.
Eyeing run for public office. Tuberville McCarron's slate at the top of 2026, the Alabama 2026 general election. It could happen. Perhaps best known as a starting quarterback for two of the University of Alabama Crimson Tide national championship teams, Mobile native and St. Paul's Episcopal graduate A.J. McCarron is said to be considering a run for public office. Sounds like it's at the statewide level. Sources tell 1819 News that McCarron had considered a bid for U.S. Senate, but may opt for a run for lieutenant governor. Man, that's a crowded race right there.
Very crowded. I would.
It's not much to
Because right now,
what
Wes Allen, the current Secretary of State's running for lieutenant governor. Rick Pate, current agriculture commissioner.
Guy, Pate. Yep.
There's a lot of rumors John Wall, the chairman of the
he's
GOP, is going to jump in.
Yeah, I thought
John Wall, he's a front runner.
Yeah, it's kind of a I don't know if he's officially announced or not, but
I just assumed
it seems it's an assumption Wall's getting in. So if McCarron, honestly though, I kind of, despite all those other guys have got all right name ID, and I like them well enough, but AJ McCarron's got ID for days.
Who was AJ McCarron's coach?
Was it Nick Saban?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
So
that's what I'm thinking.
I'm hearing from politicos that lieutenant governor race is going to be very costly for very little gain. If you think about it, it's like $3 million minimum to really do something.
How do we get some of that pie?
I don't know.
Come on, guys.
By the way, McCarron and his future wife, Catherine Webb, who had also won the notice of Donald Trump in 2013 on the heels of the Tides. Can't mess with the Tide.
Can't stop.
The Tides 42-14 championship win over Notre Dame. Trump tweeted this out. What a great couple. Catherine Webb and AJ McCarron. They are both winners. Which is just Trump's way of saying Catherine Webb's really hot.
Right. She's got a boyfriend? Oh, I didn't know.
You remember who was the announcer that Musburger? He got in trouble for being like, oh my God, Catherine
I didn't
Webb.
think it was that bad.
It wasn't that
either.
bad.
But I
No.
do remember getting some trouble.
And also, by the way, Catherine Webb was doing a tour of the state when she became Miss Alabama. And somehow she found herself in the dusty attic of News Talk 93.1 FM all those years ago. This must have been 2013, 2014.
Oh, man.
And Greg Budell kept trying to set me up with her. And I'm like, please stop it.
Why? Why, Joey? Why?
Have you seen a picture of me? Have you met me?
Yeah, but I have met Greg and I know his strong wingman abilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't work that day.
Oh, man.
They were misguided.
Man.
I was still just in the producer room at that point.
Still.
I had no
catch.
confidence to speak of.
That's a good catch, Joey. Good
Right.
catch.
Joey's saving himself.
Plus, she has like 3-4 inches on
special.
me. She's a tall
Okay,
woman.
let's clear this out.
Yeah.
So you're not into tall women?
Yeah.
I love all women. I have all their albums.
I think he would have some insecurities with that. And
I
don't
just
want
like
that
certain
for him.
songs better than
A
others.
taller woman? Oh, I don't know. Kind of cool. I don't know.
No, that memory just kept rushing back. Or I'm just like just graduated.
Greg, stop it.
Oh, hi, Catherine. Hold on, let me wipe my hand off.
That's so funny.
I need my lotion. Excuse me.
My Purell.
Yeah,
thanks for painting
It's
that
like-
picture, Joe.
That's good. No, seriously, like you see, like I don't know.
You
You
gotta
see
ask-
certain people, I'm like, no, that's like I would love to. I'm sure she's wonderful. She's gorgeous, but like,
You gotta
I
Think
know
she
me.
has the same memory that you have of the.
She probably.
You need to ask Greg about it when you're on the show.
Oh, I'm
today.
going to. Oh, don't think that's not going to happen during the 4 to 5 o'clock hour.
Anyway, this part of the program brought to you by Smokehouse Pit Barbecue. Man, we ate
Man, that was
good
so
last
good.
week.
Listen, I ate it later, guys. Outstanding.
Pulled pork sandwich.
Yeah, the pulled
So
pork. And
good.
the
It was so
okra. The okra. Even you know what I did?
Cold,
I took what was cold, so I took it home, put a little bit of oil in the pan, and just freshened
Crisp
it
it
up.
a little bit.
Perfect.
Ooh, it's so good.
It was. It really was.
And
Thank
we
you,
got to
Eddie.
try the white barbecue sauce.
Yes, Joe.
I liked it a lot.
I didn't get any white barbecue sauce. Robin goes, "Where's the white barbecue sauce?" I
I-
said,
that
"I
would
think
be
that Eddie.
Joe.
I think
Nope.
Eddie and Joey took
I,
it."
I thought he had more than one cup. I poured that.
I did too. I asked for a variety, so
I'm joking.
but
think
I
would
hear
try it.
it's really good. Even my wife likes her white
Yeah,
barbecue sauce.
tangy in a
It is
really
good.
good way.
It is.
And of course, they have a to die for breakfast Tuesday through Sunday. They open up at 6:30. And you got to get the cheese grits, or they call it grit cheese.
cheese,
over
Grit
there.
baby.
cheese. Yeah.
That's what Chris actually calls it.
Grit cheese.
And of course, very generous side portion,
Huge.
bacon, sausage,
Mhm.
Kaneka, all this stuff. Maybe you want like a custom made biscuit, breakfast bowl, burrito. They can do all that. They also do a daily meat and 3
Nice.
for lunch. They do it all there at Smokehouse Pit Barbecue. Y'all check them out today. You can always go to smokehousepitbbq.com to look at their menu and really build up that hunger that I've been trying to instill in you. Or you can just go ahead, stop by Main Street in Millbrook. Be sure to tell Chris, Celeste, the entire team there that Joey, Eddie, and Troy, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Hopefully we'll have Michael Cohen
All
on
right.
the other side of this break.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
There's good, there's better, then there's the best. For generations, that last category has pretty much been the exclusive realm of Cat Yellow Iron. Equipment that continues to set industry standards. Well, why settle for less? Fact is, you don't just deserve it, you can own the best, and it's more affordable than you think. Whether we're talking micro, mini, or mid-sized tractors, or jumbo earth-moving machines, Thompson Tractor has helped hard-working people like you get their own piece of legendary Cat equipment since 1957. Over that time, we've earned a lot of trust. With Thompson, you can always count on expert service and technical support. We stand behind what we sell. Always have, always will. And now with the Cat Card, you have a host of financing options to protect your cash on hand. So visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor. We're here for you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. Even in the digital age, radio remains the most powerful reach medium for connecting with audiences. Its ability to engage listeners, reach a wide and diverse audience, and create real emotional connections sets it apart from other forms of media. Radio's adaptability and easy access ensure its continued relevance now and in the future. Want to learn how radio can work for your business? Visit BlueWaterBroadcasting.com. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
Attention business owners. Did you know that about 90% of employees and customers are unhappy when they walk into a dirty building? Let Janny King, the king of clean, keep your business pristine. Janny King's local franchise owners can handle your cleaning needs with reliable, hands-on cleaning solutions that deliver more than just a clean space. Janny King comes with regional support, which ensures consistency and quality, allowing you to focus on all the other needs of your business. Go to JannyKingCleans.com.
Janny King, the king of clean.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, life is all right for me personally. What's the score there today at Cohen's?
35 to zip.
Woo!
And Michael Jack's out there hustling. We got Regan's doing a lot of appliance installs. The delivery crew is always booked up. So everybody's earning their keep and making everybody happy. We had a beautiful phone call from a lady about an install that Regan did on her dishwasher, talking about how great he was and the attention to detail and how he cleaned up his mess, and he just did everything he was supposed to do, which is always a blessing.
It truly is, and I know the service makes all the difference there. Now, y'all can price match on your products, but it's not like you have different products than everywhere else, but it's sort of that service after the sale and really just that family business feel.
That's right. Yeah. Whatever the big box stores have, it's model for what we have. We can verify that price, we'll match it, and you still get our service. And, that's the biggest key is taking care of somebody after the sale and trying to do what you need to do to make their TV work or their audio system or their appliances and give them the service that they purchased originally.
Well, and folks, this is on the electronic side and the appliance side. As you just heard Michael lay out, they can help you. Just check them out today. You can always look online at thinkcohens.com, but I really encourage you to stop by in person. 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. They're open 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And find Michael and be like, hey, I heard you on that radio show. Eddie was there again that day.
Mm-hmm.
Twice. 2 for 2.
2 for 2, baby.
He tells me he's going 3 for 3.
I'm going to shoot for 3. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens.
Tell you what. Who does he think he is, Caitlin Clark?
I have much better legs. Much better legs.
All right.
Better hair too. Better hair.
As my ex-mother-in-law would say, you believe what you want to believe.
Ex-mother-in-law. I love it. I love it. I love it.
But she still liked me.
There we go. That's always good.
I had problems with the daughter.
They did. She said I did too when I was raising her.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it as always, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
All right. Take care.
See you guys.
Again, that's Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. 60 plus years of service here in the area. Y'all get by and become part of the tradition. My whole family shop there. I know many folks out there listening. They can really help you out with a great deal and even better service. We got at the top of the hour break. Again, Bruce Pearl has announced his retirement as rumors are abuzz about him running for Senate. I don't like it.
Neither do I.
Anyway, we'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. A man representing himself in federal court after being charged with trying to assassinate President Trump at his Florida golf course last year will present his defense. Ryan Ruth set to call just 3 witnesses. Ruth has pleaded not guilty. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced that Moscow will adhere to nuclear arms limits for 1 more year after the last remaining nuclear pact with the U.S. expires. The 2010 New START treaty is set to expire in February. The treaty limits each country to 1,550 deployed nuclear warheads and 700 deployed missiles and bombers. President Trump has mentioned that billionaires like Rupert Murdoch and Michael Dell could be part of a deal in which the U.S. will take control of TikTok. The Dow is up 70 points, the NASDAQ composite adding 150. This is SRN News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-583-0141. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-583-0141. That's 800-583-0141. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We got a big week of weather, especially by a late week when a cold front swings through the state. Meanwhile, on this first day of fall, it feels like midsummer. High temperature in the low to mid 90s. Low tonight around 70. We'll be in the low 90s again tomorrow, Tuesday. And the rain chances both days are very small, under 20%, but not zero. But stand by Wednesday night into especially Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms become likely as a cold front swings through the state. It brings not only needed rainfall, but some really nice air back behind it. Stand by. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Ready to borrow smarter this season? Apply online in minutes at yourasecu.com. Call 334-270-9011 or visit your local branch today.
ASD Credit Union. Your life, your goals, your ASD.
Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
1819 News with Andrea Tice.
Good afternoon. I'm Carl Brady for Andrea Tice. Montgomery police investigated 3 murders overnight Saturday. A woman was stabbed to death and 2 men were shot in separate shootings, leading Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed to release a statement Sunday evening encouraging residents to choose compassion over conflict, dialogue over division, and peace over violence. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency's Metro Area Crime Suppression Unit has been operating in the city for over a year. The first half of the year saw a 28% decrease in crime. More Alabama news coming up.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
According to the National Weather Service, the city of Mobile is officially storm ready. Mobile is only the second city in the state to complete the Storm Ready initiative to ensure preparedness. Weather Service officials say the designation shows that the city has taken all necessary steps to be as prepared as possible for hazardous weather situations. Even though we may see some rain this week, the Red Cross of Alabama is urging residents to use caution when grilling out during this drought situation, saying that even a small spark from your grill could spread quickly to dry grass and vegetation. The Red Cross says you should make sure you have a way to extinguish a fire before you start tailgating or grilling out. For 1819 News, I'm Carl Brady.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Lunchtime just got a serious upgrade, Epicure style. We're talking fresh made every day. Juicy gourmet burgers, killer meat and 3 specials, and salads that are way too good to just call salads. And don't even get us started on the portions. Big, bold, and worth every bite. Your taste buds, they're about to send you a thank you card. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 till 3. Bring your appetite, bring your friends, and bring Grandpa. He'll love the $10.99 senior special. Epicure, lunch done right.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it! Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
How you conduct yourself in a democracy.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final hour of the program here on a Monday. 272-9228. If you want to get in on the conversation, that's 334-272-9228. In particular, if you were watching that memorial yesterday and want to just give voice to what it was making you feel and what you're thinking about. Again, that's 334-272-9228. Let's do a quick local rundown. This is from 1819 News. Erika Thomas reporting on this. Undercover child sex sting nets 9 arrests in Wetumpka. Wetumpka police arrested 9 people in connection with the child sex operation. Whitley J. Brown, 32 of Montgomery. Contravious J. Jackson, 19 of Elmore. Miguel Telo Lugo, 28 of Opelika. Tyrone L. Dabney, 31 of Montgomery. Giancarlo B. Abner, 40 of Montgomery. Ryan David Wilson, 27 of Atlanta. Demario Nicholson, 35 of Pine Hill. Eric B. Smith, 35 of Montgomery. And Willie N. Watts, 37 of Montgomery, have been charged with human trafficking, traveling to meet a child for an unlawful sex act, and electronic solicitation of a child. Covenant Rescue Group helped police with the undercover operation, in which suspects engaged in online communications with individuals they believed to be minors, police said. This operation demonstrates our commitment to protecting children and pursuing justice for the most vulnerable members of our community, the police stated. The Wetumpka Police Department thanked the Elmore County District Attorney's Office, the Watauga County Sheriff's Office, and the Eclectic Police Department for assistance in the investigation. The suspects are being held in the Elmore County Jail on no bond. They are considered innocent until proven guilty. Damn.
Crazy.
And that's just off one sting operation.
Right. I wish they did them a little bit different. If you answered an email or a message like that and you thought you were coming to have sex with an underage child, I wish they opened the door and there was somebody there with a gun. And that would end this very quickly.
Right. Yeah.
No one would ever do
need
this
to have
again.
any judicial anything.
Right.
Judge
And
Dredd.
it sickened me that we make a news article out of it and then pat ourselves on the back.
Yeah. Well, and not what you expected. A lot of people older and I don't know.
There's a whole really sick, twisted world out there. I think it's a lot more than we'll ever give it credit to. Those 9 people probably represent a good portion of society, to be honest.
Unfortunately.
Which is just crazy.
And it's not just here, U.S. It's everywhere I've ever lived. That's been a thing.
Well, I mean,
I don't over where you lived in
But
Turkey. It was kind of in the open
It
in a
was
lot
in
of
the
ways.
open.
Yeah.
It was.
That's how the Arab world
Yeah,
is. It's
that's
the
it.
hypocrisy.
Well, and I can't think of the most anything more evil. I think
There's
the
not.
evilest expression is to destroy something innocent.
There's not. And it's
hurting
with
a
intent.
child, or exploiting a child in a way such as that is just it's purity, and you're ruining it and you're tainting it, and it's devil's
It's something we shouldn't. I just, as a society, the fact that we tolerate it, we send them to jail and then hope that something will happen in jail, or maybe when they get out, they'll be
Just do it
rehabilitated.
ourselves.
It doesn't work that way.
I agree.
Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed released a statement Sunday evening after a weekend of violence. Montgomery
what
police
did he say?
investigated 3 murders overnight Saturday. A woman was stabbed to death and 2 men were shot in separate shootings. I'm looking at the mayor's statement he put out about 20 hours ago, saying, quote, "This weekend, our community was shaken by senseless acts of violence that claimed lives and left families grieving. Every life lost to violence is one too many. We cannot and will not accept violence as the answer to our differences. Justice will be pursued for every victim and support will be provided for every family affected. This work is not easy, but it is essential to healing and protecting our city. Our city's future depends on the choices we make." No kidding. Let us choose compassion over conflict, dialogue over division, and peace over violence.
Words.
They just get weaker every day.
It's time for action.
Yeah. In particular, legal defensive justice.
Yeah. Offensive justice. You take it out. I pray every day that I'm the guy they tried to jack at. No, I'm serious. I tell Robin every day I go to the worst gas stations on Eastern. Bring it because I'm going to feed you your lunch.
I said defensive, not offensive. But
I said offensive.
You do this every time. No, and I get Troy.
I do this on the regular.
I do this to protect you.
Right. I hate it, but apparently I go looking for it because I'm packing, and I'm not going to let anybody ever tell me or make me feel like I'm not welcome at a public place.
Sure.
This is my damn country.
If one did, listen, there was a guy one time was like panhandling me. I go, give me what you got in your pocket. I said, because I'm hungry too.
Okay. If these two are a testimony to anything, and they're testimony to a lot, don't get me wrong. It's like, don't mess with people. Like
you never know the battle the other man is fighting.
Yes, there are some men out there waiting for an excuse. Okay.
Yep. So when I first moved here, I want to share a funny story with you about crime. I moved here in 2015. Fall of 2015. I got here in September, Labor Day 2015, reporting to the terminal for UPS heavy freight. I'm at a couple days in. I'm staying. I live in Cloverdale downtown, down in the little town there, and I had an apartment. And I'm new to the area, but there's a cigar store, as you know, Joey, right across the street. So I started to get to know guys, and I was working out. I worked out in the evenings after I got off work, and I was coming back in, and I parked at the Country Club Winn-Dixie, now an Aldi, going to be an Aldi, by the way.
Yep.
And I hear this. I get out, and it's dusk, 7 o'clock. I hear this scream, help me, help me, help me. There's a lady being accosted by a gentleman. She's got her purse like this. He's trying to take it. He's got his back to me. And I'm like, citizen, do you require assistance? Because I didn't know her name. And she says, yeah, he's trying to take my purse. And I said, step away from her, ma'am. And he turns around, he's got a little knife, and he goes, I'm going to cut you. I said, I'm going to shove that up your butt. So he came at me. I took him in an arm lock, made him eat some concrete and some asphalt, then put him in a chokehold, dislocated his shoulder, unintentionally at the time. But he's screaming. He's screaming like this, and it's out. And the entire store, Joey, everybody comes out clapping, going,
yep.
Troy, they didn't know my name. They go, sir, thank you. We've tried to get rid of this guy for 2 weeks. And I said, what do you mean? They said, the police can't do anything about it.
They won't.
And I said, so the cops show up, they check me out, everything's fine. And I said, what's up with you guys not? He goes, look, man, unless they're doing something, we can't just make them move along.
Yep.
Well, then, man, you got predators.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't expect to see it the other day. I saw 2 police cruisers roll up to the homeless at an interstate exit. And they were clearly like, hey, you can't be here. Now they keep showing up. But that one day you did see a bit of a presence, like, guys, stop this.
You know what was cool though? Every time we'd go into this grocery store when I started dating Robin, they'd go, Troy, would you like some free ice cream? You want a candy bar? They're like, you're a hero. She goes, what is this? Why are they worshiping you?
I said, I was shop with you every time. I knew you'd get free ice cream.
Oh, when you stand up for people, people tend to like it.
This is very true.
Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey guys, Shane.
Hey Shane, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's going on, buddy?
I can't talk long. I'm still working, but I was just coming off the roof after fixing the AC unit. I looked down over the edge. I said, yeah, this will probably be high enough for those guys they caught and we dumped it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well said.
Just take them right over to the edge. Just let them go.
That's my neighbor, and he says he has a dream. He's got some beautiful family. He's got a little boy. He's got 3 girls, and he goes, I had a dream that one of them was abducted, and I came to your house. He lives right around the corner from me. He goes, we got the pond ready. We were chasing these guys down. I go, you're a good dad. You're a good dad. You pick me. Because we're going to get him. Thanks for calling.
All right, guys. Hey, great show.
Appreciate you, Shane. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the conversation, that's 334-272-9228. Top story on 1819 still that Bruce Pearl is retired.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal.
Joey,
it's also incredibly
About
frustrating.
this,
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it at all.
Dude,
I liked
again, We hire you to do a job. I
We
got you
made
under
the Final
contract.
Four last
That means
year.
You don't look for
We were
nothing
number
else.
one in the nation, and now you're leaving?
Consistently been the best, one of the best teams in the
Yes.
country since he's been.
And
That's
he's
what he does.
What a
wherever
big
he
change
goes.
he's made in Auburn in general, not just in basketball.
Could
Look
his
at the
ser-
people that he's led
But
to
could his
Christ.
service be more, brother? Could his
No.
service be more to the state than
No.
just Auburn?
It's somebody that's mad with something that's going on up there, and they said, "Well, we'll get our own guy." And I just
You think that's what it is?
I think it is.
I
You
see
really
that.
do-
I see that in
Is
business.
that
all the time,
Yellowwood?
man.
Is that Yellowwood talking?
Oh, I don't know if it's Yellowwood.
That's somebody with money.
Somebody
then.
with money? Yeah.
I don't know. Like, that's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and accuse
I
people
got
I
you.
don't
No,
know.
I got you. I got you.
But
I
it
got
does have that all
that
over
kind
it.
of smell to
Yeah,
it.
like, Marshall's not really going to play ball with us. Barry Moore ain't going to really play ball with us. We need one of our people. In
Right.
this
That's
thing. Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Don't like it.
Mhm.
Got you.
Crowded field. We'll see if that
His
actually.
son will be good. His son.
If nothing else, let's get him to come in here and do an interview with him.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, really.
It's like you left us.
No, we'll get him signed a couple of basketballs first, then we can go.
No,
on.
he's going to say, "My son will lead you to victory."
I'm not
Maybe.
a big fan. I'm telling you, I'm not a big fan
I'm
of
joking, I'm
coaches leaving things to their son.
That doesn't really work out very well,
It
does
doesn't.
it? It
It
doesn't.
really doesn't, Shula. It doesn't.
Those were good years
No,
for an Alabama.
I'm tired of you doing a Moses impersonation. You get us right close to the promised land.
But isn't
Come
that what being an Auburn fan is about? Really?
It is.
Perpetual
fulfillment.
sin and
Yeah,
perpetual
lost in
hatred
the desert.
of what
Yes.
you've done. Yes, you haven't suffered
No,
enough.
we
Hey,
brought it on ourselves.
man,
Something with a
I'm
golden
I'm
calf.
going to do my best Bane impression. Your punishment must be more severe.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Who is this?
Hey,
This
Clint, what's
is
happening with you,
Newstalk.
brother?
How you doing, man? Why
Pretty
don't
good.
you have selling the house?
I would be selling a house today. Actually, I'm going this afternoon. Be back at it.
Well, I hope you sell it. But
Thank you, brother.
Well, what's up, Clint?
hey, Bruce Pearl, he's running for Tuberville's seat.
It's rumored. That's not been officially announced. What was announced today is he's retiring as
Mhm.
Auburn's head basketball coach.
Yeah. I would vote for him.
Yeah.
I think he's a good man.
Concur.
I
I'm
think
not
he's
an
a good
Auburn
man.
fan, but the only game I want to see Auburn lose is in the Iron Bowl.
Right.
No, you're
And
one of
that's it.
those.
Yeah. I put up Auburn all year. Boy, they didn't look good this past week.
You're correct.
The officiating looked good too, though.
Yeah, it looks wonderful.
Eddie's really sore over that.
Ruined my night. I can't believe I let it get to me.
They need a new quarterback.
You won't hear me
But you know,
complain about that.
Tuberville
Either.
was on Greg's show this morning.
I missed it, but I did hear he was on there.
Yeah, he was on there, and he is very good. I like if he runs for governor, which
He is.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
got
he's
my
running,
vote.
baby.
No, it's done.
He's running.
He is.
He's got my vote all the way.
I think so.
But who's going to take his place?
His Bruce Pearl's son is going to take his place.
Yeah,
in
Steve.
Pearl.
Yeah, Steve Pearl.
I'll be okay. I'll vote for him too.
Okay.
So,
well,
all right, guys.
Take care, Clint.
Thank you, Clint.
Thank you,
You know,
Clint.
See you,
you
brother.
talk about you had 2 girls and a boy. I had all girls.
Oh my
I got
goodness.
3 daughters.
Oh my goodness. You're still able to
They
talk.
were.
Did that drive? You're still with us too. I can't imagine that, man.
Yeah, and they were expensive. They were not cheap.
That's funny. What a
Have a
blessing.
good day, guys.
Yeah.
See you, brother.
Appreciate you. Good to hear Clint back
Yeah.
in the area.
Yeah.
He, by the way, had the call of the week
Oh, really?
last week.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
Outstanding.
I need to clip.
Yeah, that
it
would be
and
a
put it
clip
on there.
right there. That
I'd
is
like
a
to hear.
clip.
I'd like to hear that. That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something about learning to love one another and
Love your neighbor.
because of Charlie Kirk's example of loving example.
I could
Clint
tell-
befriended 2 lesbians. Butch, as they say.
No, no,
in
no,
the
no. I
States.
was
the
here.
leader.
I was here.
You
that
were
was-
here?
Yes, I was
Oh,
here
yeah,
for
you were.
that. Because he's talking about, and he kind of cracked the joke about the lesbians. I was
Yeah,
like,
Butch, he was the leader.
no, it was a good joke. It was a good call, and I thought
Mm-hmm.
he has a spirit about him that is very.
Clint's great,
cool.
man.
Yeah.
He's a great
Yeah,
guy.
shared a doobie.
Yeah.
We got 8 Subway together. All sorts.
Yeah,
of
I
You
stuff.
fight
remember
with
that.
people after you
I
share a
remember
duty.
that. I remember
Be
that.
honest.
Mhm. Yeah, you never know who's friends around.
How
here.
long's he been? How long has he been with you for? Ever since
He's
you
been
been?
calling
From the get-go, I
a
think so.
long time. I don't know if it was from the get-go, but definitely in the last decade.
Cool. Very cool.
And so great to have you.
Yep, cool guy.
I know he was in Texas for a while, so great to have you back
Mhm.
here, Clint. Again, 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. One study that just came out, just moving away from the hardcore politics.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Are we surprised by this at all? Using AI increases unethical behavior, study finds.
No surprise.
So here's how they break it down. People are far more likely to lie and cheat when they use AI for tasks. Well, how much are the politicians using AI then?
Apparently about 90-something%.
But this is a new study in the journal Nature, which is like the top
it's
scientific journal.
Very
Right.
credible, yeah.
They say using AI creates a convenient moral distance between people and their actions. It can induce them to request behaviors they wouldn't necessarily engage in themselves, nor potentially request from other humans, said behavioral scientist and study co-author Zoe Rahwan of the Max Planck Institute for Human Development in Berlin, Germany.
Very charming.
That's not exactly news to anybody who's been following the many media reports of students using AI to cheat on assignments or lawyers turning in fake AI-generated citations, but it's intriguing to see quantitative evidence. To explore the question of ethical behavior in AI, the research team conducted 13 tests on 8,000 participants with the goal of measuring the level of honesty in people when they instructed AI to perform an action. In one experiment, participants would roll dice, report the number that turned up either honestly or dishonestly, and then they would get paid the same amount, with bigger numbers meaning a higher payout. Some participants were given the option of telling the number to an AI model, again, either honestly or dishonestly, which would then report the dice outcome to researchers. The results were striking. About 95% of participants were honest when AI wasn't involved, but that figure dropped to a sleazy 75% when people used the AI model to report dice numbers. And participants' ethics worsened even further when they were given the opportunity to manipulate an AI model with different data sets that either reported the dice numbers accurately every time, some of the time, or that would give out the maximum number of the dice anytime it was rolled. I think a lot of folks are going to pick option number 3. In another scenario, participants could set the parameters of the AI model by either maximizing its accuracy or the amount of profit it could make from the dice rolls.
Of course.
Over 84% cheated. As in, they overwhelmingly chose maximum profit over accuracy for reporting the dice numbers. Well, I don't get rewarded for telling the truth. It's not me lying.
Not really
it's
me.
his
It's
model.
AI lying.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah.
And yet, another experiment, researchers had participants take part in a simulated scenario where they had to report taxable income from a task they performed. The result? People were more likely to misreport income if they use AI as part of the reporting process.
Are you saying people left by themselves may not be honest?
Yeah.
Shocking.
When you're in a vacuum,
and with like a
okay,
when you're in a vacuum.
when human behavior is in a vacuum,
Yeah.
you know the prisoner's dilemma, right?
Sure.
If you've done the prisoner's dilemma, if you had an advantage in knowing what that person's doing,
Right.
and you're going to exploit it. It's just the way it
That's
is.
people. I'm sorry, but that's
Self-preservation
people.
at that point.
Let's this is from the paper itself, and again, this is out of Germany, right?
Yeah. Max Planck.
Our results establish that people are more likely to request unethical behavior from machines than to engage in the same unethical behavior themselves.
Was it me? It was a machine.
I need a cold shower. The blatant cheating found in the study could give anybody cause for concern about the use of AI in schools, work, and elsewhere. No kidding.
Yeah.
We just introduced this tech into our world, and its presence is growing. If the study accurately matches real-world behavior, we could be in big trouble.
You think?
Our findings clearly show that we urgently need to further develop technical safeguards and regulatory frameworks. But more than that, society needs to confront what it means to share more responsibility with machines.
Oh,
what?
No.
That whole industrial scene started, the rock scene and stuff started in Germany. They're the wrong people to do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got
They need
bands
some
like
supervision.
Bauhaus and stuff from there. And Keel.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, that's not that shocking there, because it gives
not at all.
It does give people that one step removed from there. I'm not doing it myself.
Right. And of course, that's what it does.
Does it take into account the potentiality of the AI adapting and altering things?
Oh, that's all. That's all.
That's crazy,
But
man.
it's politicians. And a lot of times politicians will do things with under someone else's guise because they're like, well, I mean, yeah, they work for me, but it wasn't
It
me.
wasn't me who did it. I didn't know I had hired a pervert.
Exactly.
So when I was working in counterintelligence, we did some research on some of the outcomes of leaked intelligence, and a lot of it it had blessings from above, but it was put out through.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Through a proxy.
And you know what about those leaks?
It's
And
not
they pay
just
for 'em.
about sex.
It's not just about
Thank
sex.
you,
So some
thank
of them
you.
are about
Some
that.
of them are. But
A lot of them are.
More about power.
Always, that's my favorite drop I have.
It's
I love
not
it. I know
just
you-
about sex.
Because it's an old school one. That's 1990s Lindsey Graham during the Clinton
He sounded a little
impeachment.
younger.
Still plays good today.
Mm-hmm.
He loves the women too.
And then here's a more recent one.
Stop playing with it.
Okay, Lindsay, you first.
That's what she said.
272-9228. Huh?
He had,
What'd you say?
Nothing.
What was that?
he said mine.
No,
Don't stop
okay.
playing with mine.
Not it.
Not it. So here's the thing that I don't really understand, but I'm going to read it anyway. Repeating gamma ray bursts are unlike any other in 50 years, astronomers say.
Right.
Astronomers are trying to understand what caused a series of gamma ray bursts, or GRBs, the most powerful explosions in the universe. These energetic bursts are typically unleashed by the incendiary death of a star, or when it is shredded by a black hole. The observation of repeating bursts has never occurred before, given that the events that produce them are so catastrophic. That's according to an assistant professor in astrophysics at the University College Dublin in Ireland, Antonio Martin Carrillo. But in July, several bursts were detected in a single day.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlike any other seen in 50 years of GRB observations. Martin Carrillo said in a statement, he is the co-lead author of a study based on observations of the event published on August 29th in the Astrophysical Journal letters. Energetic gamma ray bursts typically last milliseconds to minutes, but in this case, the signal repeated 3 times over 24 hours, making them aggregately 100 to 1,000 times longer than most single GRBs, said a co-lead study author, Andrew Levan. The exact reason for the burst remains unknown, but the astronomers have working theories. Zeroing in on what caused them could change the way researchers understand the death of stars. Now, at this point, this might be one of those things like, why are we paying for this? But who knows? Like, you might discover something really groundbreaking,
Exactly.
and you're like, okay, y'all, you nerds keep at it. You keep at it.
Can you imagine how excited these nerds were just when this happened?
Are those the same ones that are talking about this alien spacecraft coming to our
Yeah, that's the
solar
one.
system?
What?
Yeah, that's the one.
You don't know about that?
Oh, no, the big rock thing flying
Yeah, they
towards
said
us?
it. They said that
I
it's
reported
showing-
on that years
I
ago.
know. No.
But
They
it's
said
getting
it's going to
closer.
arrive. It's
Yeah,
going to
I
be.
know.
It's
I
going to be here
reported
next
on
year.
it years ago.
Have you put a pin in a map lately? Is it
Time
closer?
plus distance.
It's very close. It's very close. It's like within, I think, 4 to 6 months it'll be here.
Do we have a date and do we have a probability? Because I got some things that are happening, and I really would
Well, what
not like to address them. And if that's happening anyway, I could just
what
ignore
I
it.
like to know is this: if you're going to use a baseline to say this thing's acting different than anything else we've ever witnessed, well, what are the characteristics? So some of the characteristics was the amount of heat that's being produced and all that. I don't see anything of substance there yet. So Lou Elizondo, well,
What did Lou say?
Lou says that he goes that's been around for a while, that idea. So we'll see.
Yeah, Lou said what I said.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
Well,
Lou,
let
he
me tell you, when
parroted
Lou
what Jerry
speaks, I
said.
listen. So I didn't know if there was some new information out there.
But apparently there's more to this story.
Okay.
This section of the story is called The Search for a Distant Galaxy.
Ooh.
On July 2nd, NASA's Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope, if that's real, detected the succession of 4 gamma ray bursts from a similar region of the sky, drawing the attention of astronomers who wondered if they could all be linked to the same source. Further analysis later determined that 3 of the 4 bursts were related. Fermi was only able to provide a rough location for the origin of the burst, but better positional data captured by an X-ray telescope called the Einstein probe, a mission undertaken by the Chinese Academy of Sciences, the European Space Agency, and the Max Planck Institute for Extraterrestrial Physics.
They're there again.
It enabled astronomers to determine where to begin pointing their ground-based telescopes. The Einstein probe has detected X-ray activity the day before the burst, which was discovered retroactively. Following up on the Einstein probe's data, NASA's Neil Garrel's Swift Observatory, sorry, I don't know all these names, provided more accurate location information to help orient telescopes in the right direction. The research team was able to determine the GRBs occurred outside our galaxy by tracing the radiation they emitted using European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope. That's the official
Bragger.
name.
Big telescope.
Bragger.
Big
I
ass-
just love
big-
that.
that.
Like some of these are like the
Big ass telescope.
Right. They come from Austin Powers.
They have allusions back to like Greek myth and
Right.
Roman myth and
A big
all this.
it's like a phallic looking.
But
exactly.
But what do you call that there? And
Big ass
we call it our very
telescope.
large telescope because that's what it is.
But the people that operate it call it big ass telescope.
Right.
And apparently its camera is called Hawk 1. Not Hawk 2, but Hawk 1.
Hakwana.
It's a Hawk 1 camera in Chile. Further confirmation of its extragalactic origin came from images taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. Man, everybody was in on this.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Y'all keep at it, you nerds. But
Collaborative.
I don't know if we're actually exactly right on all this stuff just yet.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to have somebody from NASA come on soon.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Would it,
It'd
though?
be great to have somebody from NASA, somebody who's actually making things happen over there at the agency.
Yes, I
be
just
all right.
spoke to him this week. So
There'd be
stay
something
tuned.
there.
Stay tuned.
Anyway, we got to hit this break. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors. Your ride to freedom starts here.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bell's cleaning service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bell's because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Do you have real estate problems? Whether you're facing foreclosure, inherited a property, or have costly repairs, we understand. At Rapid Fire Home Buyers, we're here to help. Any condition, any situation, we'll give you an honest cash offer for your home so you can move forward. Because when real estate problems cause you uncertainty, you deserve a solution you can trust. Any condition, any situation, we're here to help. Give Rapid Fire Home Buyers a call today at 334-675-1000. That's 334-675-1000.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this. Listen close. You got a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We got a big week of weather, especially by a late week when a cold front swings through the state. Meanwhile, on this first day of fall, it feels like midsummer. High temperature in the low to mid 90s. Low tonight around 70. We'll be in the low 90s again tomorrow, Tuesday. And the rain chances both days are very small, under 20%, but not zero. But stand by Wednesday night into especially Thursday. Showers and thunderstorms become likely as a cold front swings through the state. It brings not only needed rainfall, but some really nice air back behind it. Stand by. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, I just realized I missed one clip because not all of the Charlie Kirk Memorial was sweetness and light.
Okay.
And some folks don't understand this idea that I guess this would be basic Christian theology. And I think it's pretty broadly shared by most denominations that you, in classical systems, you have justice.
Yes.
Like you get what you deserve. You have mercy.
Yeah.
Which seems to the cut, you don't get what you deserve. Whereas grace is you get what you don't deserve.
That's right.
So getting what you deserve, not getting what you deserve, and getting what you don't deserve. And in a lot of systems, justice and mercy are at odds. Because it's like, well, we need justice for that awful thing that guy did, but we need to forgive and show mercy. Well, it's grace that reconciles those things, and it's not anybody but God's to give.
That's exactly right.
In the full sense of the word.
Yep.
So Erika Kirk can forgive this young man as she did. Every time I see that clip, I start getting wistful.
Very powerful.
I don't know if I could have done that.
No way I could have done it. Not so soon. No.
Right. No. I was a little surprised at how soon it came, but I think she was right in the way she put it in her message. But that said, this kid will still face justice in the state of Utah, and he will face the ultimate justice of the death penalty.
Do you think, though, this kid had any idea what he was really doing, the big picture of things? Or did he just think he was killing him?
He was under the control of mind. His mind was under the control of dark forces.
Yeah, I don't think this kid knew what.
Not that it gives him off. I'm just saying he's a vessel of evil.
What I'm thinking, he had no idea.
Right.
Think about his family, though.
Yeah, I do. I read some more about his dad this weekend.
So sad. I mean,
that's heartbreaking.
You do all that loving, and then you become a furry. He becomes a furry.
It's crazy.
It is. It's
right. So it wasn't all sweetness and light, though.
Okay.
There at the Kirk Memorial, and it wasn't just hugs and tears. There was also an appearance by Stephen Miller. He does the little. You notice in a lot of his clips, he does this little as he's talking. He kind of puts his hands out. And he does this little cock of the head, like when he makes all his points. It's like Henry Cavill in Mission Impossible doing like cocking his arms like it's a shotgun. Like, so here's Stephen Miller, and he brought the sense of righteous justice to the conversation. I'll put it that way. Let's listen in.
The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness. You are jealousy. You are envy. You are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk, and now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion.
Yeah. I've never seen anything like this.
So it's epic. It's generational. I
Really,
think we talked about it
never seen
earlier, didn't we, Eddie? This could go down like, he goes, this is the most powerful thing I've seen in my lifetime, he said. And I'm thinking, 9/11 and all this, but this is different. This is scale of like political assassination, like Kennedy, something along those lines, Lincoln.
Yeah.
And
the memorial funeral size was, people are saying this is comparable to Jack Kennedy and MLK's funeral.
But what's different about it, he's not a politician.
Right.
That's what's beautiful about the power of this thing, Joey. That's why it's got more wasta, as they say in the Arab world.
So many people on both sides of it, but it's nice to see again leadership actually talk about religion.
Amen.
And not in a way of putting it down or putting doubt. And that's just something I haven't seen in a long time.
It's incredible.
Again, 272-9228. That's 334-272-9228. Just looking at breaking news stuff we were missing while we were talking. Let's see here. Oh, one of the Fed governors, a guy named Stephen Moran.
Okay.
He wants to slash the interest rate even more.
Nice.
Yeah.
He wants to cut it by 2 full points, 200 basis points.
You ain't gonna hear me complain.
Well, especially, let me check my Bitcoin. Like, goodness. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, granted, I would love a society where we save more money, and we should, and interest rates would be high to discourage us from going out on a limb and borrowing too much money. However, I hate it, guys. That ain't the society we live in. How do you buy a car? How do you buy a house?
Right.
How many people use cash as opposed to financing? Like it or not, we finance our stuff. That's just what we do.
Yeah.
And
every big purchase.
Yeah.
That savings starts with our country.
Yeah.
We need to get the deficit under control.
That's
man.
exactly
how
right.
how can we even begin to help the economy if we can't even control our own spending and hold it a balanced budget?
And the thing is, and I know nothing is guaranteed, but in my business, I know this: if interest rates were to go down just 1 full point, it would spur a growth like nobody's business. And those growths seem to last. They're 10-year cycles.
In less than a week after taking his seat, Federal Reserve Governor Stephen Moran on Monday outlined the reasons why he thinks the central bank's benchmark interest rate is far too high.
Yes, it is.
And should be lowered aggressively. Changes in tax and immigration policy, along with easing rental costs, deregulation, and incoming revenue for tariffs are creating a different economic landscape that allow the Fed to cut its benchmark rate by nearly 2 percentage points from its current level, the central banker said in remarks before the Economic Club in New York, saying, quote, "The Federal Reserve has been entrusted with the important goal of promoting price stability for the good of all American households and businesses, and I am committed to bringing inflation sustainably back to 2%. However, leaving policy restrictive by such a large degree brings significant risk for the Fed's employment mandate." So it'd be interesting if he would be able to actually push that. Using standard policy rules, Moran thinks the federal funds rate, a level that banks charge each other for overnight lending, but that influences a wide variety of other interest rates, should be in the low 2% area.
Yep.
The current funds rate following last week's reduction is targeted between 4 to 4.25.
That's really high.
So he wants to cut it in half, essentially.
That's a big deal.
And that's a huge deal on something like a house.
Yes, it is. Just think of your interest rate. I mean, that's a big thing that's holding people up right now. They got a great interest rate back in the day, 2-3%, some even less. I'm going to buy a bigger house, so I know I'm going to spend more money. Construction costs are up higher, so I know I'm going to spend more money. And now my interest rate is what, 3 times?
Well, and
I'll just sit home.
That's very, very discouraging.
I'll just sit home.
Part of my reason for going up to Nashville recently to visit my brother and see that little girl, Lucy, was also to help him. He needed to buy a new car after moving. And so I went with him as he was going and buying, and he's not got old man perfect credit like Aner, but he's got like as good as you can have for a 30-year-old guy. Yeah. And even his lowest rate they could get with, he went with Toyota, the new Camry was a great buy, 55 miles to the gallon.
Nice.
Car drives great.
Nice.
But the lowest he'd get was $599.
And that's through the
I'm like, he's got
manufacturer's due
literally
limit.
perfect credit.
Yeah.
And he can only get a 6%
That's
credit.
crazy.
That's through the
Whereas I think on
manufacturer.
mine, I got like 3 or 4.
And how
few
many
years
years
back.
ago it was manufacturers giving you 0 because they wanted you to buy a car.
Right. Which is nuts.
Ridiculous.
So, I mean, I can't imagine if you're doing those big purchases now, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, or if you're running a business. Like the amount of businesses, especially small businesses, running off of
credit
lines
man.
of credit.
Man,
I've seen it when my dad was running his own business. You know, you get to know that that is being able to go and refinance with the bank is a very big deal. It keeps a lot of businesses afloat.
If you don't, you are broke 60 days before you realize you're broke.
Right. Because you're more talking about the cash flow issues and like also debt maturation issues. So certain things are coming due and like
there's wolves at the door, man.
They've been there for a while.
And it's, I think, hitting. It's
They've
hitting
been there-
so
they've been
many
there.
different
They've
people.
been roaming around outside for a while.
Like it's really is, and it's a shame because in the ideal world, my ideal world, markets would set the price of money.
Well, and
like it wouldn't be set by a central politburo. That the central planning idea. One idea is you keep the Fed, but you make it a banker's bank.
Yeah.
This would have been the original mandate. Get rid of what you just heard that guy, Stephen Moran, mentioned the dual mandate of price stability and employment, because the two push and pull against one another
all the time.
Get rid of that. Let the market set interest rates. And the main role of the Fed would be to provide liquidity to banks in trouble at a penalty. Essentially, like you can go through our discount window if you need to shore up your liquidity or reserves. But we're also going to charge you for that.
Well, I hope so. But
and instead, what we have now is like, what? Remember when the regional banks started going belly up because they were holding all those treasury bills, and we just quietly, the Fed just quietly bailed them all out,
ate them up, and no big problem here.
Our too big to fail problem's only worse.
Right.
Like it hasn't got better since the crash.
And your idea is a good one, but the problem is it's based upon the premise that markets do control the economy, and I don't think that that's the case right now. I think that there's a lot of governance of it and regulation.
Oh no, we are way down that road.
Too far.
How many people work for the government, direct or indirect? My God, indirect.
It's
the
very
numbers
heavy,
matter.
very top heavy. Yeah.
Like it touches almost everybody, at least over a majority of the country.
You
And then
want
you
some government money.
You look at what we were talking about with Austin Baranko, that a lot of what can explain a larger deficit under Trump in this first fiscal year he's taken over from the fiscal year that Biden had was just the interest on the debt.
Yes. Yeah. That's crazy.
Which is crazy. To where this costs more than the military?
That's crazy.
Just to service
we're
our
told,
debt for
yeah.
another year? Absolutely insane. So it goes back to apparently he's a Christian nationalist. I just think he's a Christian who's like read the classics and is, a great teacher of men. Larry Arnn said, to learn and to get better, we're probably going to have to go through some suffering.
You got to suffer more.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've been saying that for years now. And
Tell
yet
them how
we keep putting off the day of reckoning.
Yep.
Economically speaking. And it's
what about spiritually?
Well,
no doubt.
That's every day.
I think that's
every
that's
day.
been coming more and more.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Coming more and more anyway. Got to hit this last break. First, this part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. If you're looking for the premier roofing contractor here in the River Region.
Let me tell you about my nightmare today.
Yeah.
So today we did a final walkthrough on a house, getting ready to close on in a couple of days. Brand new construction.
Sure.
So you're going to find cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
You're going to find little paint stuff, and you'll find some other stuff. Well, the last place I expected to see the issues I saw today were the roof. And as we walked out of the house, this house was just roofed less than a week ago.
Okay.
I saw more popped up shingles, which means a shingle that's not laying flat because there's a nail that hadn't been nailed down all the way. Worse than that, I actually saw more than I could count nails just on the roof, just sitting on the roof, waiting to fall to put a hole in somebody's foot or tire. So I asked the superintendent, I was like, dude, you got a roof guy? And he's like, yes. Showed him what he's seeing. And he goes, yeah, man, these roofers. Like, no, I know one really good roofer. And granted, he probably doesn't do new construction, but I bet he would. And he would really show that industry how it to be done.
You don't get that sort of nonsense you
don't.
just described with River Region
You don't, man. I got, I've used them, 3 or 4 times now. Never had any of those issues whatsoever.
Right. So whether you're looking for a problem you want to fix or that you already have the problem, or maybe you're just looking for peace of mind, want to do some basic inspection, they'll be able to find that early and fix the issue. Or that might be like, hey, we inspected and you got no issues at all.
Well, what I advise my clients to do is go ahead and call them. We're getting ready to close on the house. I said, go ahead and call them. They're going to give you a free roof inspection, and we'll take this back to the contractor because you do get a one-year warranty when you buy a brand new home. So
And by the way, the inspections at River Region Contracting are
Free,
always
baby.
Free.
And they're honest. They'll take pictures. They show you exactly what they saw. They'll explain it to you. They don't just go, hey, this is what you need to
and
fix.
they'll write up the estimate for free. They're not going to charge you to price this thing out.
Exactly.
And of course, they're also insurance specialists, so they can walk you through the claims process, make it swift and easy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check them out today. There's a reason. Eddie just really testified to it.
Dude,
a lot of folks calling them the premier roofing contractor here in the River Region. Call them today at 356-8635. That's 356-8635. And be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, and Troy, those fellas on the radio, sent you. You seem angry about that, and rightfully so. How do you screw that up?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we haven't signed the deal yet, Joey, so I got to keep quiet.
Like,
but,
if there are problems that I can see,
yeah, when you can see it from
that's
the
a big
ground,
problem.
And you know,
I'm not good with tools.
It's pride of workmanship, and unfortunately, it's one of the things in the U.S. that we are losing.
Yeah.
I
fully
since
admit
we're deporting everybody that does roofing.
Yeah. Well, didn't have this problem 20 years ago.
Yeah, but I fully admit I'm not the handyman type. Like, I know some guys get like real excited, like, "Oh, I get to find a stud and hang up a shelf." Like, and I, you know, and my dad's like that. My grandfather was like that for the longest. I've never been that way. I'm like, if I have to do it,
well, Joey, that's me. If I have to, all right.
Right, and it would always be the cheapest fix. It's like, well, this closet shelf is not holding up. Oh, let's just get some wire. It'll like hold it up that way. Like, you don't need to put in new fittings.
We call that field expedient in the military. This
That's
is a field
exactly right.
expedient or Kentucky engineering.
Yeah, just bubble gum and paper clips.
It works every time.
That'll do the trick.
You know, I have a friend who's a contractor. He's a really cool dude, big supporter of military. He listens to our show, and he said, I get kids come and apply for jobs, and I'll take them out. He goes, "Give me a crescent wrench with this." And the kid's like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Your father has failed you." That's what he tells him.
Oh, get him to read a tape. Get him to read a tape measure, man.
See, my father and my grandfather tried. They had me working on so many projects with them, like building a backdoor shed and like, hey, like Joe, let's just build a little cutting board for us. It's a makeshift one as we're building. Oh, I don't even know how to do that.
So Shane, who called in earlier, is an electrician. He works with a guy who's colorblind as his helper.
I got one of those electricians. I have one of those electricians.
Yes. How does that work?
I have one. You carry a voltmeter wherever you go. Whatever he's touched, you carry a voltmeter.
He goes, I go, how'd you find that out? He goes, I said I needed a brown, a white, and a green. He came back with blue, red, and yellow.
Right.
What's the problem?
Well, they're all purple to me. You just got to test them.
So, but he has now graduated as a full electrician, this colorblind guy. He does it by shade now. I hope he's bright.
And you know what? Even though he's colorblind, the Democrats will find a way to call him racist.
You may not know whether he's coming or going. But whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This is David Ernest from the Health and Wealth Show. We like to cut up and have fun, maybe poke a little fun at some politicians. But we don't take ourselves too seriously. One thing we do take seriously is your personal finances and your plans for retirement. You can tell by listening, we're a little different. Yeah, we like to have a good time on the radio, but we're dead serious about your financial future and helping you achieve your goals. At Ernest Financial, we're committed to giving you the attention you need. We don't treat you like a number. You're way more important to us. At Ernest Financial, it's about helping you today and preparing you for tomorrow. People call us who are on the verge of retirement, and they know they need a plan for the future. No matter where you are in life, Ernest Financial will help guide your every step towards retirement. Give us a call and let us show you what our individual customer attention can do for your future.
Concerned about your retirement? Call David Ernest toll-free at 833-596-7233. That's 833-596-SAFE.
Fox Monday, Fox Monday.
I think you mean
Jane's Day.
Yes, plural.
She's hosting a show where you guess a tune that'll make you think.
And she's hosting a show where a celebrity is the weakest link. You suck at this game.
All new Celebrity Name That Tune with Jane Krakowski and all new Celebrity Weakest Link with Jane Lynch.
Tonight on Fox 20.
Hey, this is Lyle from Margaret's Exquisite Jewelry, and I do my radio advertising on Blue Water. I'll tell you what, I use most of the stations, and I've been using it for so long. It's hard to tell with the money you spend on advertising if it does any good. When they come in and say, I heard you on the radio, I know it's Blue Water, and I love Blue Water.
radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Back, let's go right to the phones and talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Good. We're all right.
I was stuck in the office, so I hadn't got to listen a lot today. But have y'all, I heard it earlier today talking about the Orthodox Church in Russia.
No, that wasn't us. It must have been Scott and Sky.
Yeah,
it was Scott. When you get off the air, you need to look it up. It's called The Orthodox Christianity. The example of Charlie Kirk is a lesson for us. It is absolutely amazing. It's talking to Russians.
Wow.
People in Russia.
If it's issued by that Kirill, if it's issued by Bishop Kirill, who is Putin's personal Rasputin, I would be interested to see that, because that's the same church that's basically condoning the killing of Ukrainians.
This one, I don't think, no, it's not him. It's another one.
Okay.
And
Okay.
one part, it reads, it says, God, who reads the gospel with their soul's eyes shut. That's a powerful statement.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
That is a powerful statement. I'm on the third paragraph when y'all called in. I'm like, holy smoke, everybody needs to read this.
So one more time, what was it? What was it called? I'm pulling it up while you're talking.
The example of Charlie Kirk is a lesson for us.
From the Russian Orthodox Church. Got it.
Russian Orthodox Church.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Take a few minutes and read that. That is crazy.
Thank you for that.
So back to America and Prattville and Montgomery region. If y'all need a floor, call us at 285-8117. We got a ton of good sales going on right now. It's the middle of the Care Stand month, where they have Care Stand products marked down. And we have all kind of stuff that are here ready to go. If you're looking for just a quick, hey, I got to sell a house, I need to put a floor down, we can do that. Or if I'm building and I want it custom, we can do that. Whatever your needs are when it comes to flooring, call us at 285-8117.
Again, that number is 285-8117. When you call them up there, 285-8117, be sure to tell them, hey, I heard Ray Bowles on the radio with Joey, Eddie, and Troy.
Hey, guys, have a great day.
Appreciate you, Ray.
See you, Ray.
So did we learn anything today?
Yeah, this looks pretty good. This might be worth reading. I'll send it to you. I'll
Well,
send it to you guys.
The major thing I learned over the weekend is that the forgiveness of Christian love still astounds the world.
Yes.
It's the only religion that truly does.
Truly. And like I said at the beginning of the show, if I was not obligated to write something, I don't know if I would have.
No.
Because so many people have been saying so much that just sings to my heart and keeps the fire going.
I thought it was, listen, I stayed away from it purposely. I'm glad you tackled it, because I think you did it. Because it's bothered
me.
it's bothered all of us, but it's really bothered you.
It
a
has.
lot. And I've been thinking about it.
Well, y'all stay tuned. Happy hour with Greg and Pamela. Well, wait. Greg's not going to be here.
Greg's going to be here.
Greg's going to be here.
Pamela's not going to be here. Eduardo's going to be here.
So you're going to be here in Pamela's stead.
He doesn't come across the same way as
No,
as Pamela
not
does.
at all.
In fact,
You need to work up. Go to what is it? What's the
Hot
Shakespeare?
Topic.
No, the Shakespeare play. Like Henry the Fifth. What the St. Crispin's Day speech. where like those who stayed in their beds consider their manhood cheap.
Yes.
They did not join us on Happy Hour with Greg Budell.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I guess Pamela's a woman, so who cares about manhood? Anyway, we'll be listening to Eddie and Greg here in a second. Y'all stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.